Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, what I would want to do is start with this survey. I do want to say hello to all the misfit toys out there in YouTube land. Welcome in again. We're going to have a good morning today. If you're out there struggling, we're going to figure it out together. I can guarantee you that the medicine's out there. We just got to acknowledge it and blow out that candle flame of fear and pain that consumes us. You don't deserve to live there, whether you believe it or not in this moment. And we're going to start a little survey, a little bit more complicated than usual. Just because this is going to be a good conversation this morning, but there's some heavy tones I want to touch base on just to make sure that we can reflect on the medicine needed for us to learn and grow through the struggle together. Let's see, what do I do here now? Is it different? It's different. Start a poll. That's what it is. Here we go. Have you ever felt like letting go of life? Now it's a kind of a roundabout way to say it, but I know that a lot of us feel that way, and it's a taboo conversation to have at times, right? And you don't want to tell anybody if you do feel that way, or if the thought is fleeting, and you don't want anybody to worry. And it's a complicated thing, but I'm here to tell you that you're not alone, and that if you're struggling and you're in pain, or if you've ever felt that way, you're not a leper for it. This world can be a painful, dark place, and when we try to do it ourselves, it can be almost impossible to weather that. Let's try to do this and see how that goes. Is that good? That's good. All right, we're going to start that poll. We're going to have a conversation. It's good to see whoever's in. We're going to start slow and steady. I need to get some coffee in me. That's where we need to start. I hope you're having a good cup of coffee. Hope you're starting your day off well. And fear is the topic of the day. Are we going to let this bind us to the place we're in? Are we going to let it paralyze us? You're not weak if it does paralyze you. You're not weak if the weight of the world, crushes you at times. You're human, and that's part of what makes you beautiful. It's buddy, how's New York? It's going well, brother. Thank you, Down. Tree Farmer, good morning. I was hoping I was going to hear from you soon. Yeah, man, it's been another wacky ride, brother, and I'm glad that you're here already. We're talking about fear. We're having a real, an enlightened, beautiful conversation. I'm feeling enlightened in this moment, despite how I've been feeling since the last time we all talked. And I wanted to really touch base on some important stuff, starting off with the fact, if the survey, have you ever felt like letting go of life? Because to be honest with you, despite all these beautiful things and these lessons I've learned, there's still times where that flame of pain becomes a forest fire, and I'm consumed by it. And no matter how much I know, there's medicine out there and this too shall pass, when you're on fire, that doesn't mean much, and I really wanted to have that conversation with you guys, just in case there's anybody out there who felt like that. Just this last week, contemplating my place in this place, and my value, and how I might be better off if I wasn't here. How maybe it should have been me instead of my brother. Maybe he was meant to survive and learn the lesson that I learned through his passing, because I can't seem to hold on to it. And then in this moment, that all seems like it's all a delusion. It's all a delusion. It's all brought on by the fear and pain and anxiety and stress of life, and my inability to reach out, my ability to digest pain at times. But this is the medicine. Together here right now in this moment is the medicine. And I wanted to express that. I want to make sure that my brothers and sisters understand, if you're out there struggling with that thought, this taboo conversation of wanting to leave this world on your own record, that you're not alone. That even, I think a lot more of us maybe even have a fleeting glimpse of it, but I was stuck in it for days, in this anxiety and pain and grief and loss and delusion of how you feel when you're on fire. Hey bro, Kev, it's good to see you. Down, it's good to see you too. Ad Fish, there you are, brother. I responded to your comment last night, man. I appreciate seeing you. Good this morning. Thank you for all the love on the sides. Good to see you again. It's good to see all of you this morning. It's good to be caught up. Thoughts can kill you. Down. Yeah, you got to hold on strong. Double tap that screen as well. Your thumbs won't fall off. Help expand this conversation so we can make sure that someone out there today can hear it that needs to hear it. Because I need to say it. I need to hear it. I need to know that through that pain and struggle that there's value that I bring into this world. And in this moment, I feel and understand that value. Um, but doesn't mean that I'll be able to hold on to that forever. Uh, so I want to make sure that that part of this conversation today is dedicated to helping people out there in that struggle, because that gives me value. That quiets that whisper that tries to tell me that it should have been me and not my brother. Because it's happened exactly the way that a God of my understanding, that creator, meant it to happen, despite how I wanted it to happen. Acceptance for what is can be a pain in the ass. Acceptance for what is can be one of the hardest things to do, especially when we're in pain. It's easy right now in this moment to tell you to accept being on fire, right? And then you're on fire, like, it's not so easy. Down, you are looking fresh, and ending is only causes more harm. Yeah, thank you for the compliment. Push the hurt onto more people. I don't know if that's a good idea. Not pushing the hurt on the more people. What we're doing is we're acknowledging the hurt and the pain, and we're setting down that boulder of pain through real open, honest communication and acknowledgement, and a taboo subject that I feel like if I could have the conversation a little bit more open and a little bit more clearer at times, that I wouldn't fall into such a dark place, and because I just came from that dark place, I want to help my brothers and sisters not to fall into it, over a good cup of coffee and some realistic conversation. We find the base of it. I found the base of this feeling, and I worked my way through it through open communication, and I prayed for the answer. This feeling I got, this knowing of what the answer was, I fought against for a little bit, but I ended up leaning into it, and it started with this urge to walk through the door that a God of my understanding is opening for me. And that also was very shortly followed by this frustration of just wanting it to be fixed, and just wanting it to change, just begging God to not feel this way. Please, creator. So what to say, hey, help me in the struggle that I'm in, and change this thing that I feel, and help me get back to that place of enlightenment and love. And it doesn't happen right away. And we hold resentments against the God of our understanding, and it's not fair to ourselves. Everything takes time. And if you're out there struggling, there's not going to be no instantaneous change. If you run across this place in this moment and you're looking for absolution, it's going to take a little bit of time, acceptance, and work, whether you want to hear it or not, because I didn't want to hear it at times. Fat Ma, I forgot you. You forgot about me. Jesus, how dare you? Down, sorry, don't push the hurt on. It's all right, Down. We appreciate your talk. Chris, it's good to see you there, Mr. Brown. Guys, if you don't mind sending a little bit of love over here in the corner, smiley faces, hundos, something. That'll help us, that helps the channel grow, helps bring people in. Like I said, the point of the day is have open, honest communication while I'm feeling well. We'll get caught up on how everything's been going, because it's been, all this stuff we're talking about now is just the beginning of what has been going on, since the last time we talked. And there's some real valid reasons to kind of fall into dark places at times. But I think through evaluation, communication, and love, acceptance, and some more of the tools that we've found here together, and that I'm willing to hear from you, this morning, if you have anything, that helps you get yourself out of that place, I'd love to hear it. And 70% of 10 people, so 7 people, are admitting to having felt like they want to let go of life. And I appreciate you being honest. I appreciate you being honest, because honesty is part of one of the tools that's going to help us get out of it. Jacqueline Morgan, karate helps Jacqueline Morgan. I think that's Jacko. Thank you for coming in, and thank you for expressing what helps you this morning, because that means a lot. Every little bit is going to help us and our brothers and sisters find a sense of peace, through the struggle and pain. And it means a lot to see you in this morning. I came across your trouble and go. I come to crush your. Oh, okay, Fat Ma. Well, we appreciate you. We appreciate you. Fish, it's good to see you. Good, sir. Again, well, I have to go to school. Keep telling all of the love and kindness, and watch your next live stream. Yeah, dude, you could always come back and watch this one later on, man. And because get caught up in what's going on, Fish. There's a lot of good stuff going on too, man. With a lot of different things. I mean, as you can tell, I'm sitting in a 2024 Kia right now that gets 40 miles to the gallon. Who would have saw that coming? You know what I And believe I'll explain exactly how this all played out. Me going from coming back into this bus that gets 9 miles to the gallon and being stuck at the house because I have no money, to where we are now with multiple really decent opportunities, great opportunities. Yesterday, I sat in on a meeting with a communications company and in Section 8, learning the ropes of what this communication company can offer Section 8, and realizing that my ability to communicate and connect people could help this business grow, and I could do really well with it. Who would have thought I would have ended up there, right? I mean, God, he would have told me that last week. I felt like the biggest piece of shit in the world, man. I was listening to that whisper, and that wasn't possible. We'll get caught up today about how we got there from that place of complete broken darkness, questioning my place in reality, to this place of hope and inspiration in this moment where I've found my purpose, where I can be back here with you guys and explore the conversation of love and acceptance that we have here. Itchy, are you from man? Am I from man, Itchy? I'm not from man. I'm from New United States. Jacqueline Moore, no singing, Scotto. No singing, doodle, doodle, I do what I want. 6 every Wednesday. Okay, that's awesome, Jacko. I'm glad to hear that you got something going on. Karate does something cool. Finding Elvis would save you. Have sure saved me. I appreciate that, Down. I think that Elvis has got some beautiful musical medicine, and you just hit, a real nail on the head when it comes to finding peace and serenity, right? Finding a sense of compassion and love, it comes from these medicines that the world has for us. Musical medicine is a huge thing, and I really appreciate you pointing that out, Down. Treat yourself, start there. Start by acknowledging what's going on around you. Start by, really trying to evaluate why you're struggling the way you're struggling. And pray to a God of your understanding. I implore you to do so. And open your heart. It may not come in words. It may come in like a feeling or a push towards a certain concept. Like I said, for me, it came in this push towards this concept of needing to walk through the door that a God of my understanding, that Creator, has opened for me. He's opened these doors, and sometimes we're blind to see these doors are open, and for me, that door was the form of a friend who I knew goes to church and always wants me to go to church with him. And I am necessarily a churchgoer, not at all. No, I don't. Sometimes makes me feel awkward because I'm not a Christian per se. I really believe and appreciate what they've got going on there, but my heart lies with the traditional teachings, and it lies with this concept of being open. So it's a little bit of a struggle, but Messenger Chris, a good friend, a mentor, a father figure, a brother, all these things is always there for me. And the thought of him came into my heart. And that was the first step to turning the page. The first step to not feeling that feeling was to reach out and walk through a door of positivity, whether it was exactly what I thought it should be or not. Like I would say, get up and do something with yourself, and that feeling of uselessness will leave you. And that's what I did. I went to church on Sunday, and now it's Wednesday, and my world is so much different in just a few days. It's blowing my mind. And in ways like, I did my first bid for the company the other day. I've been doing canvassing for this painting company. Me and my buddy are starting, slow and steady. Over the last few days, I've dropped 800 flyers at doors by hand, just to find out that the wrong number's on the flyer. Isn't that a kick in the taint, But there's some stuff we could talk about that too. It kind of worked out serendipitously despite that. That was a real kick that was a whole nother test. I almost reverted back, to that pain over just that one little incident. I mean, shit, I spent 3 days handing out these little baggies and flyers with candy, man. After me and Randy's family took all this time to put the baggie and the flyer and the candy, he sent me the number, had the flyer made. He proofread it, made sure it was good. We both picked up, but immediately it was my fault. And, this was after finding my stride. This was after going to church with Messenger Chris and spending a little time, and really accepting a God of your understanding, a God of Chris's understanding, being able to be there and not feel on the outside looking in, even though I don't particularly fall into what the expectations may be to be there. There is no expectations. There's no expectations for Chris. There's no expectations for God, for Creator. I'm just looking for a sense of community for lighthearted, loving people. And it seemed like that was an open door, and it was an open door, and I walked through it. And there's a lot of positivity that's come through me walking through that door, despite what I may be. Now, I'm not going to mislead anybody. I'm not going to lie. I'm open and honest about my spiritual path and what it is, but that doesn't mean that I can't accept what beauty that religion brings to the table and be a part of it in a beautiful way. And it's helped me to turn the page. In a very immense way. I mean, I'm sitting here in a 2024 right now, Kia, this awesome car, like that, I had nothing last week. I had the school bus and barely any money. And now I've got 2 job opportunities that I'm working hard towards that aren't job. They're like, one's a sales position with an amazing company, and the other is growing my own business. And that came through the first step of walking through that door. So if you're in pain, pray to a God of your understanding with whatever word you put on it. I don't care if it's the tree. I don't care if it's Mother Earth that is the God of your higher power, something beyond you. Let go and be subservient. Be subservient to a God of your understanding so you can learn and grow, because that's going to be your biggest way out. And you don't have to worry about the words attached to it. You don't have to worry about whether, what you're doing and how you're seeking God, creator, so what to say, it's these are all words that tether us and separate us, and they're beautiful. Explore some of these things. Maybe that's the door for you. Maybe it's not. But I know that for me, to be opened to a higher power and to be subservient to that higher power and to be subservient to the Mother Earth and to life, the river of life. Pray to the river of life. Help me, river of life. I know let me flow with you. Let me flow with the river of life and accept what is, and start there. And then do your best to figure out what that means for you, because it'll be different for you than it is for me. Let me look down here. You look anime, man. Anime. Thank you, Itchy. I'm going to call you Itchy from now on. How's that sound, IU? I like that. Galactic Avenger 2. I don't know about that. Not while it's Chris's car. The Galactic Avenger, I got $250 for it and felt lucky. Check out the Galactic Avenger in my playlist. You'll see why we had to junk it. Or the last live where I did junk it a few lives ago. But yeah, I don't know about all that being the Galactic Avenger 2. I don't think I'm putting in a can of spray paint to Chris's nice new 2024. DJ, smoke a doobie already. DJ, feel free, brother. If that's your medicine this morning, I back you up with that. I'm feeling good without it this morning. I don't need, and I do, man. I think that whatever medicine works for you emotionally, you should indulge in it. The doobs, what this does it for you, then do it down, man. Elvis wasn't just he was the great man. Helped a lot of people. I'm sure he did, man. Thanks, Down. Sings singing karate while doing karate. Badass. Sounds badass. Tree farmer. I do not know if I offended somebody, and that's why my comments keep getting ignored, and I don't, but I want to feel... Yo, Tree Farm, you didn't find any worse. Let me do something here real quick. Stick with me for a second, guys. Take the chat filter and put it on all. Sometimes this stupid thing, it brought me right down to the beginning. Sometimes the chat filter takes out comments too. I don't want to do that. One of the things that I'm trying to be adamant about is reading every comment as well. So I got to change that chat filter to all comments to make sure I get all comments, and you got to give me a little bit of time because I got to go through these and try to make my point in what we're talking about. But Lenzo, damn, bro, haven't seen you in a while. It's been a while, Lenzo. We've been doing, I missed this last week, and maybe, I don't think we've seen you since 4 months ago. Wow, since the big drop in Divot, right? We've learned a lot since then, brother. Stick around a little while. We're figuring out. Jane Doe. Pompano Beach, yes. My friend from Pismo Beach, yes, very much so. We appreciate having you, Tree Farmer. I'm sorry to hear that. We are sorry to hear that, Tree Farmer. You didn't offend anybody here. We're glad to have you around, man. Here's the thing. This darkness will cause us to think crazy shit, right? It will cause us to push ourselves away from people. Thank you for the golden poop emoji. Yeah, thank you for the other one, man. Thank you so much. If you want to get my attention before I get through these comments, you're gonna have to do something like that. That's the only way. Because we're going to get backed up here soon, because I'm adamant about making sure everybody's heard, especially in a conversation today. We're at 50-50 out of 18. which is good. I'm glad to hear that half of you haven't felt that way, and I'm really glad that the other half of you can feel comfortable enough to be open about this, because this is a serious thing that's become way too taboo to talk about. And you're scared, right? You don't want to be judged. You don't want to be committed. You don't want to lose your rights. You don't want to, you know what I'm saying? So, and therapy has helped me in a way too, to understand that idolization of this thing, is more normal, and and there's different levels of it. If you're at the point where you're making a plan, reach out and get help. Don't even, and I'm not even telling you to necessarily tell anybody that you got a plan to leave this place, man. What I'm doing is saying reach out and at least say that you're feeling in a way that you want to take yourself out or something. Because that's a whole nother level for like people that help you too, and what you'd have to go into. Now, if you really feel like you're right there about to do it, man, please, for the love of God, for the love of your brothers and sisters out there that want you around, don't let go. And reach out to 988. Reach out to us right here, right now, and we'll do our best. Reach out and comment to me on anything on my channel or on the Discord. You're not alone out there, brothers, sisters, cousins, uncles, mothers. You're not alone. It's a painful place. It's a painful world to live in, and we feel like we own all the monopoly on pain, right? And then we feel this way, and obviously you're not alone. 55% of people so far, just a little bit more than half of everybody who's decided to answer that, has been open and honest enough about wanting to let go of life. And that's it's a heart-wrenching thing, but it just proves how alone you're not. Sally, there are no accidents. There are no accidents, Sally. Thank you very much. Down, mistakes happen. That they do. Thank you, Down. I appreciate that. And that was the biggest thing too, man. The first thing I did with those flyers is I again judged myself and hated me, and then I tried to point the finger at Rando, and then I realized, oh my God, and what I did, this is funny. So I'm writing the first bid, right, that we have for the company, and I realized Randy's not answering the phone, and I'm mad at him, and I was pissed. And then that was serendipitous, because it made me try to call the office number, and guess what? The office number's wrong. It goes to Maryland or some shit, like, and I've handed out 800 of these flyers, bro. So what I could have done is I could have fell into the pain and the anguish, and I could have let go, and I could have thrown the bid on the goddamn ground and just drove away, and I could have went home and been pissed. I could have blamed myself, and I could have leaned into the whisper, but that wouldn't have changed anything. You know what I'm saying? And I'd already started leaning towards a God of my understanding's light, and I've already started to forgive myself, and I've already started to reflect on things. So I took that test that I was being tested, and I passed it by saying, I'm going to keep doing the best I can. Instead of writing the business number on the bid that I wrote my phone number, and I let him know, hey, disregard that number. We're having some phone problems. Here's the bid I told you I'd write up for you. And then I called Randy, and his first thing was, we both up. You sent it for me to proofread, and you're dyslexic, and I know that, So that was a huge hurdle yesterday that we were able to overcome. Jane Doe, always remember that the things which go on in your life are happening for you, not to you. And I think that's a beautiful quote, and you're 100% right. Thank you for that quote. Sausage! Has anybody ever told you you look like an angel? Aw, thank you so much. Your compliments make me feel like an angel. Very handsome fella. Keep it up, brother. Thank you so much. Subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can become a member of the turtle herd. We slow and steady, we weather the burden together. In this moment, I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum where feeling that way. But I want to acknowledge that at times, and just recently, I've felt that way, so that we can help people grow, and then that moment, I don't know what to say. I don't have the words, and I'm broken and lost, but I'm telling you, be subservient. Be subservient to a God of your understanding. Be subservient to the river of life, to the universe around you, and let go of the expectations. They breed resentments. I promise you that you will not get very far fighting the river of life. It's time to be subservient to it and flow with it to the best of your ability. And believe me, in the middle of it, I just want what I want now. Heal me, fix me, have someone give it to me and make it all better. I don't want to deal with this shit. I want to let go, and I don't want to whatever. But that's childlike nature. That's not being subservient to the river of life. What's being subservient is opening my heart and saying, please help guide me. And the guidance that I got that pulled me towards this understanding of walking through a door that that Creator has opened for me. Where's that door at? Start searching for the door. And I thought of Messenger Chris. And I called him on Sunday morning, and we went to his church. And, it doesn't mean that I have to fully indulge or tell them anything I don't believe. He was happy to have me there. And that put me in this car that he's let me borrow for the last few days as I hand out all these flyers. And, he offered for me to shadow into a sales position at his communications company. And I'm sitting with this government office, taking notes about how we can help them communicate better and how we can set up their phone systems and all these things that he offers. And there's value in my life because I was able to be subservient to Creator. I was able to let go and flow with the river of life and not be scared about all the what ifs because I'm on fire and I'm not worth it. I am getting caught up in comments, guys. Just hang out for a little bit and let me get there. Vent Rich, I want to kiss you. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I'll give you a big hug right now. How's that, brother? Appreciate you there, V. Hey, buddy, haven't seen you in a while. I'm getting a lot of that, Glass. I'm getting a lot of that. It's been about a week since I've been on here. Thank you for all the love on the side there. Let's try to keep that going. Thank you for everybody who's answered the poll. Thank you for everybody who's tapped that screen. I think we're having a very important conversation this morning. But we're also getting caught up on the way things have been. Thank you so much. That helps a lot to invite our brothers and sisters in. I love you too. Thanks, man. I'm a girl, by the way. Wow, that makes it even better. Here's the thing. I guess I gotta, that's not on you. That's on me because 90% of the time when I get hit on in here, it's men. And it's like, of course, right? But that means even a lot there, Vent. I appreciate you very much. And it means a lot. Sully, 1214. Hey, what's up, Sully? Can you scream, Declan, get off? Star, you're way too addicted. Declan, I'm saying that wrong. I'm a little dyslexic. And Declan, get off Brawl Star. You're way too addicted. Declan, get off the Brawl Star. You're addicted. Tell him to get off. 1214. Hey Scott, it's been a while. It has been a while. I'm glad that we've got a lot of people coming in that we haven't seen in a while. And all this on the side over here is going to really help us bring these old friends in and make some new friends and grow the turtle herd. Grow this conversation of love and compassion. Open, honest communication is the first step to not feeling this, to not knowing that you don't belong here and knowing you don't have a purpose, because we manifest our own destiny through these realizations. And it becomes truth. It is truth if you believe it, and that's manifesting destiny. That's what brings the world to you. Last week it was what it was because I believed it, because I was on fire and I knew that I shouldn't be in this place. I knew that I had no value. I fed into that broken small child that's been abused and tossed and thrown to the side of the road and hurt in every way possible. And I'm a weak, useless piece of shit, and that's reality because I believe it. Once we move past that and you start understanding that you can change that perception by walking through the door that a God of your understanding is open. There's open doors out there, brothers and sisters. I guarantee you there's an open door of love and compassion just waiting for you to walk through it. Just let go of. And I know how hard it is. I'm telling you, I can't express how angry I was at. I don't want, I knew it. I knew it in my heart. I'd have to walk through the door. I don't want to do anything. Just fix it. Just stop making me feel this way. I can't feel this. I can't do this. I can't live like this. That feeling of just, and then that darkness kind of crushing me to not take my medicine. And it's a crazy thing, but you have to walk through that door. You have to. It's the only way that anything's going to change is for you to put in that effort. You've got to put in that effort, and I'm here to tell you it's in you, and you deserve to be here. And no matter what your mind is telling you, no matter what you've been through, you're not alone. You're going to be, we're going to be okay, because I just came from that place, and I might end up back there again. I'm not perfect. I could be a broken small child at times, but that doesn't mean that I'm not valued to be here, especially over the last couple of days, really digging into my sales ability and my ability to communicate and express myself when I'm in my right mind has been a beautiful thing. I've got to go. I've got good news for you. Okay, give us the good news. Samuel, it's misspelt in the polls. You said letting. Oh, well, sorry about that. Well, I think everybody knows what I'm talking about. I'm dyslexic and I'm not the best speller in the world. So you can make fun of me if you guys want. OD said that was the gift. Wow, that was a while ago. We are quite a bit behind. Crank's deleting messages. Please fix it. Samuel, nah, I think I'm good. I think we'll let it be what it is. I think I'll accept what I've done wrong and move forward. It's not a big deal. I think everybody's, answering it the way it is. I accept what it is. I'm not a good speller. I wrote it in haste, trying to get this thing started, trying to spell this thing. It is what it is. I appreciate you guys pointing it out, but there's no need to change it. I think we all get the point. It doesn't have to be perfect. Whatever you do it feeds into today. It doesn't have to be perfect, right? Whatever you're doing doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be the solution and the be all and end all to everything, right? It doesn't have to be spelt correctly for me to be comfortable in my own skin. And that's a beautiful, beautiful blessing. But I appreciate you guys pointing it out, and I'll do better next time. That's all I got. I have. Thank you, the H1 Dizzle, Disrin Drizzle, J76. Thank you for the stop sign. What am I stopping here? Express yourself a little bit clearer. I don't know what we're talking about. Southern State. How about Conor McGregor running for president of Ireland? I like that for him. That sounds pretty cool. I mean, isn't there a conflicting census about Conor McGregor? I mean, we get wrapped up into like this idolization of things. I don't know. Conor McGregor seems like a great dude. I don't know him. I don't know his political stances. I know he can fight. I know he's kind of funny. I know he's been accused of some stuff. So let's not let our human nature judge people on, they're in movies or they do, we don't know these people. I think the idea is cool with Conor McGregor. Thank you for all the hearts, guys. That means a lot. Thank you for the hearts. Send some hundos, send some love. That helps draw some people in so we can expand this conversation. What are you talking about here? Well, the concept of the day is fear. We're addressing a pretty big taboo subject, which is the feeling of letting go of life, the feeling of walking away from life on our own record. It might be a taboo subject. It might not be the most beautiful thing to talk about or motivational, but we're going to take that dark thing and we're going to make it motivational by expressing how I found my way out of this feeling most recently. And by having open, honest communication with you guys here, there, Patrick. Samuel, you should fix the spelling. I probably should, but I'm not too concerned about it, Samuel. I'm sorry that it bothers you so much, but I'm in a place of acceptance for what is. I'd have to click on it and do the thing and do whatever. It's all good. I'm sorry it bothers you, but it's not bothering me. I can accept what is. Shout out to Scott and the Turtle Herd. Thank you, Matters. We appreciate you, Marshall Matters. Down. Nobody respects him in Ireland. Well, I don't think you have a good chance of winning if he's running for president in Ireland. No one respects him. 76, run away. Plenty of U.S. to start over. 76. So here's the thing. The grass is only greener on the other side for a short period of time. That's something I learned a long time ago. And I've spent a long time running. That's what the channel started off as, basically. It was me traveling Scott, in this. You go back through the channel. There's a lot of fun stuff I've found and adventures I've gone on. But a lot of these travels has been me running away. But also I needed that running away for a period of time, but you got to come back. You got to put your feet on the ground and you got to face this shit eventually. And that's what I'm doing here in this moment, facing this shit, facing the topic, facing the fear, facing the pain. And so when I do run, it's not running away. It'll be running towards something. Laura, you are not alone. Thank you, Laura Wilkins, an amazing human being, a loved one, a family member, and someone I consider a guiding mentor of respect and appreciation in my life. Jane Doe, Karma, I am grateful that I have the ability to feel. Good, bad, it's all amazing. In the history of mankind, there will only ever be one you. You are beautiful and unique and loved. Thank you, Jane Doe. You are beautiful, unique, and loved, and thank you for expressing that. Southern State, down. I like his history, his story. Don't matter to me. Thank you, Southern State. We appreciate you being a part of the Turtle Herd. Tessero, nope, God, gonna kill me, and I want to see how it ends. There you go. I like that concept too, man. If that's what keeps you around for another day, another minute, You know, if you're out there struggling, find anything. How about that? How about finding anything to hold on for one more minute? If that concept, that thought helps you hold on for one more minute when you're struggling, man, then hell yeah. You know, hell yeah. I want to see how it all ends too, man. I want to see what God has his plan for me. I want to be subservient to Creator's plan. We're all coming out of this. None of us are making it out of alive, first of all. You know what I'm saying? And in this moment, when I'm feeling well and I feel like I have a sense of purpose, I really want to see how it plays out. I want tomorrow to come. I'll be honest with you. When I'm in that dark place, I don't want tomorrow to come. The fear of tomorrow and what is gets so overwhelming that it's like being in a forest fire. But yeah, I like that concept there, T. Erwin, if you're stood up on a date, just buy yourself a bigger and better meal. Damn straight, you're already about to spend the money. I like that one, right? I like the philosophy of that too, right? Like, if life shits on you, what I'm saying, in a certain way, take that shit. Now you got extra money to spend on yourself, right? You're on a date and you get ditched and now you got, instead of buying another meal, now you can afford some go-karts or something, whatever you're into. Understood. Thank you, down. Jane Doe, I wonder if you could forward the wrong number to your correct number. So here's the thing, Jane Doe. The great thing was about this, about the painting company, about the blah, 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 and about the wrong numbers. I called that number back and I talked to Terry. I wrote it down, Tammy. I talked to Tammy for a while and she agreed that she would let people know, because it's just one thing. Instead of 608, it's 680. And she's agreed to let people know that I put the wrong number on the flyer. So, and she said that we had gotten a couple calls, because it had been about a week of this stuff and me putting all these flyers out. And, she had gotten a couple calls. So the game plan today is to call Tammy and ask her if she could look back through her history and give me all the 315 numbers and 680 numbers that have called her in the last week, so I can call them back, because those are the people that are calling for With the Flow painting. So that'll be a way to at least get those leads. And then if anybody else calls in, she's agreed, and she's a very kind, loving Christian woman, who helped me find a sense of peace and this understanding that this is all happening because the closer you get to doing a God of your understanding's work, the closer the darkness gets to you too. The more favored you are by God, the more favored you are by the devil. The more favored you are by the darkness, by Creator's brother. Whatever word you want to put on it. Playboy, Kitty, John Pork just released big news about robotic penguins on 6th, 7th Street. Okay, Jay, that sounds interesting. Perfect and normal are not real. Perfect and normal are not real. Thank you, Jane Doe. They do not apply to people. Everyone is up beautifully by a stained glass window near a pole of broken glass. A stained glass window near a pile of broken glass. It's funny that you bring up this glass concept. Part of like how I express my connection with Creator is that I'm standing on the inside of a dome of glass with millions of pieces of glass, right? And each piece of glass is slightly different, colored a little bit different, and just slightly fractured and bubbled, and the light comes through the glass and is different on the inside of this bubble, right? God, Creator, whatever word you put on it, is the light on the outside of this bubble. I'm inside this bubble trying to be connected and understand God, right? Now I see the light the way I see it. It's, but the only way I can really try to evaluate what the light really is on the other side of the bubble is by accepting my brothers and sisters' interpretation of it, by accepting how that light changes as it passes through each one of these pieces of glass. It's different colors, it's different textures. That's how, God touches your heart. That's how Creator touches your heart, right? And I can understand a God of my understanding a little bit better by understanding how you see and feel God, right? How that light shines through you to me. I'm in the inside of this dome looking at light. Is the light inside the dome exactly what God is? No, but it's an interpretation of what God is, and it's all I have is the interpretation of my brothers and sisters, is how the light lays out before me, because of the way that you interpret it. So we got to be an open book. We got to accept our brothers and sisters and their point of view so that we can form a real opinion about it. trying to shut people down, trying to prove people wrong so we can feel comfortable. I don't believe that's the way to finding and being close to a God of your understanding. I may be wrong. Prove me wrong. We'll start the conversation. I'm open to hearing whatever you have to say about fear, about this concept right here, about life in general. That's what we're here for. Anyhowsen. Keep saying Crank Nugs remove stuff, but I haven't seen him. He must be busy. Perfect and normal or not. Thank you so much for all of that, Jane Doe. My phone just zappy doodled. I am hella dyslexic. Makes life interesting to read from different specs than most. Yeah, tell me about it. You guys been around for a while. You know how interesting it makes it. Kay, I'm pregnant. 19 weeks due in February. I don't know the gender yet, but thought I'd share and spread a bit of good news. That's awesome, Kay. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful news. Thank you for sharing. Congrats, Jacqueline Morgan. Congrats, Kay. Look at you guys supporting each other. That's what the Turtle Herd is actually about. Spell check, Kay. Spell check. Laura, that's not necessarily, yeah, we get the spell check every once in a while. I need to spell check a little bit more. Okay, it's all good. It is all good. Skinny Rogers, good morning, good sir. Welcome back in. I haven't felt like that before, brother. I have felt like that before, brother. Skinny Rogers, thank you so much for being open and honest with us. It's one of those things, man. It's one of those things that's like, we feel like we can't be, I feel like I can't be open and honest about sometimes, right? Because I don't want to be judged, man. I don't want to put anybody in fear. I don't want to feel like I'm threatening to get attention like some child, right? But that's not what it's about, man. We can gather control over it by being open and honest about it with each other here. And there are certain times where you can't be open and honest about it. Coffee Brat, there she is. My sister, life is a journey. Thank you, Ice. Did we hit the bottom? We hit the bottom. Look at that. Awesome. Appreciate all the comments. Appreciate all the love. Appreciate all the respect. But anyway, yeah, that's where we're at. All this stuff we're talking about, is where we've been at, where we're going through, where we're headed. The bus now is at Chris's house. And, I've got the car for today, and that's enough. He offered one more day. I have no expectation. Beast, hell, dude, long time no see. I know, Beast. Wow, it's been a while, brother. Yes, it's been a long time no see. How's the coffee this morning? My oat milk caramel swirl from Dunkin'. If you're looking to try something new, I highly recommend it. It's got a sweetness and a creaminess to it, but not too much of either, which I like. Being wrong is how we learn. We can only teach after we learn. Damn straight, we can only learn through struggle and pain as well. That's the reality of it too. That's hard to accept when we're on fire. Fire hot. Someone can tell you that your whole life. It doesn't mean shit. Fire hot don't mean nothing until you burned. And then it means a whole nother thing, right? But then accepting that lesson can be a hard one too. 21, I can't read that. I appreciate you trying to communicate. Thank you so much. How's life, dude? Well, ups, downs, and difference. Pretty real conversation we're having this morning there, good sir. Better now that we're here together. Better now that I've taken the steps to do the next right thing for myself. Better now that I'm finding the value for me through open, honest communication, bro. Yeah, I implore you to do the same. How's life going for you, Beast? How you doing, dude? What's going on with you today, brother? Tell me, please, help us. Coffee Bread, I think they are all saying they are from Romania. Awesome. Well, welcome in Romania. Sally says hello to all our brothers and sisters in Romania. Thank you. I hope you're feeling well out there today. I hope that if you're one of the 57% that are struggling, that have had those thoughts as I have, that my openness can help you understand that there's a way out. That if you could push forward for one more second, one more moment, that there's medicine out there that we can gather together. That medicine is open, honest communication, brotherhood, in this moment, to be a part of the Turtle Herd. So do you know that you're not alone? By liking, sharing, subscribing. By subscribing, you're a member of the Turtle Herd. You don't have to do that, but it increases the likelihood of you being able to be here again with us. Hitting that notification bell will do the same thing. The more you check out my channel, the more you check out the shorts, which I think there's a lot of fun ones, the more that you'll be integrated into this channel and what it is. So I recommend you do so if you feel up for it. If not, that's not the point of this channel. The point of this channel is to make connections, and to share my journey to the best of my ability, the ups, the downs, and the realness of life, man. A lot of this social media stuff is either sugar coated or begging, and I don't get it, man. So I'm just trying to be real. That's the one thing I ran across. I ran across these people sometimes. They got hundreds of viewers, and they're begging, like literally, like in a hotel room. This dude's in a hotel room, or not. He wasn't even in the hotel room. Before he was in the hotel room, he's begging for $20. And then I seen him a couple days later, and he's in a hotel room, and now he's talking smack to everybody, eating cheeseburgers because they sent him a bunch of money, and now he's like talking like all on his high horse, being a creator and all this shit. And all he's doing is bitching into the screen after he was begging for money. And I didn't see any kind of value or substance in either of the streams I was watching. And then I'm not trying to judge or nothing, but it's like, this dude's got hundreds of people watching him, like hundreds. Like, what's YouTube? Here's the thing: the algorithm's just trying to figure out what you guys want to see. If that's what you want to see, someone begging for money, and yeah, you can help them out, feel good about yourself for a second, and then as soon as they get in a hotel, they start talking shit to everybody, and then everybody gets frustrated and watches it and feeds into it. I mean, whatever, man. But I watched it for a moment, just kind of in shock, especially that second one. Like, I'll scroll past that guy every single time now. Like, dude, whoa, there it is. There's the ruples. Thank you, Beast. Appreciate the 40 cents or something. It's something like that, but I appreciate it. We'll like that. We appreciate all the ruples, man. Appreciate or roofies. No, they're not roofies. You're not giving me roofies. I appreciate you, brother. Go towards the next right thing fund. We're getting close to that hundo, but here's the thing: we're gonna let it pile up like we did last time, man. The last trip might have not been exactly the way I thought it should have been, and it was a stressful one, and it was Groundhog's Day, and I still got a bunch of videos to make, some shorts to show you guys. I'm gonna get into that probably later on this afternoon. I'm taking a chill day today and cleaning the house and getting some things put together. But out of the money that you guys donated, throughout the last year, this $500 throughout the year, that got us down there and helped me a lot. I mean, it really helped me a lot, because of how everything played out. So thank you very much there, Beast. We appreciate your rupees. Yeah, rupees. I said that, right? Rubles, rupees. I called them roofies. That wasn't right. Your 46 cents, brother. It's appreciated, man. Anything and everything, no expectations, but whatever feels right for you, towards the next right thing. So, I mean, every time you drop 50 cents, man, it's been 2-3 times now. You've almost given us a few bucks. People will take advantage. Be kind anyways. Thank you, Sally. You're right. I appreciate that vote of confidence. People will take advantage. We're going to be kind here. We're going to keep doing our thing. I don't know why I'm putting judgment on this other dude that I saw or what brought that conversation up. It just kind of frustrated me, because I would like this conversation to grow, this open, honest, real communication between people that care. Fat Ma. Again, is supposed to be the creator. Okay. We appreciate your input. Appreciate it, God, your understanding there, Fat Ma. It's already starting to warm up. But here's the thing: I don't get that. Maybe I sometimes I feel like I understand people. I understand the world. I guess it's not about the numbers. It isn't about the numbers. It's about making real, open, honest connections. It's about growing the turtle herd so that we can have open, honest communication, so that we can help our brothers and sisters pick up the tools that we've gathered as we move forward. Whatever tools you may have. Which car are you on now, dude? Beast, this is actually a friend of mine's car. We had to junk the Galactic Avenger. This is a 2024 Kia something that my buddy Messenger Chris, who's I went to church with this week, and who's giving me the opportunity to shadow in a sales position, because I decided to walk through the door and just and push, man. I had no expectations on anybody, and I still don't. This might be gone tomorrow, might be gone later on today, I don't know. But my boss is sitting at his house, and last night again, we had dinner with him and his wife for his birthday, and just to chill, because he's like family, and he offered to let me use the car again, and I'm not going to turn it down, right? Part of me wanted to turn it down because I don't want to feel like I owe anybody anything, but that's not what compassion is about for myself. I need some help right now, and it's okay to accept it when I need help. People have been acting and being so mean today, and it's about to be 9 a.m. calling old ladies ugly, just not happy in themselves. Here's the thing: if people aren't happy, people are being mean, it's because someone handed them a boulder of pain. That's one of the things here. Schlecks. Schlecks. I think I said that. I'm saying it wrong, probably. Schlecks. I'm going to call you Schlecks just because I'm sure it ain't the right way. But one of the things that Al used to say to me, how His biggest pieces of wisdom, was when people are angry at you, they're hurting inside. They've been handed a boulder of pain that they're trying to hand off, and for when someone hands you a boulder of pain, I'm sure we can all relate to this. It feels good to hurt somebody else. Misery loves company, and the reason that we say that is because when we're in pain, for a brief moment, it feels like alleviating that pain. It feels like alleviating that pain when we hand that boulder, but then in reality, we're both holding the boulder of pain now. And that's the thing, that instant gratification for a brief moment of not being in pain because we hurt somebody when we're hurting, isn't the long term solution. I believe that 110%. Fat my old ladies are not ugly, but men of different ages are ugly. You're on the chopping block today. Doodly doodly. Crank is chopping away. Crank, I'm not in too soft of a spot today. So, don't worry about chopping so damn much, man. If you're offended by something, then I'm not going to whatever. But let it bleed through. That statement, obviously, these statements that we're chopping, I'm not in a place where it's going to bother me today. If it's bothering you, I got your back. I'll let you make whatever decisions that you need to make. But, I'm up for confronting this boulders of pain that get set at our feet. I'm fine with it. We know what's going on when people are saying these things you're chopping, and maybe it's time to confront them. I'm cool with that. Or you keep chopping, whatever feels right for you, brother. I got faith in you. You've been around for a while. But there are days where I need to be protected from this shit because I got too much going on and I can't handle the BS. Today's not one of those days. Glad to see you putting one foot in front of the other and just facing the path rather than the mountain. You're right, Coffee Brat. Thank you for being there for me. It's like a sister, for being able to call you when I'm in those rough places has meant the world to me. Amor, I have. Awesome, Amor. I love Sabrina. That's good for you there, Slum. A little intense of a statement to be making here in public, but I'm sure you wouldn't be making that to people face to face, but do whatever feels right to you, I suppose. I live in Louisiana. I'm in... Oh, really, Amor? Oh, really? I am nowhere near Louisiana. I'll take that as a compliment. Crank is offended, he says. Yeah, me too. Country, it's so good to see you today, Country. We're getting a lot of love from some pretty intense ladies today. The last one was she wants me to drive to Louisiana and go down on her. I guess I'll take it as a compliment. Okay. And Crank, again, too, I'm not going to make the decision, brother. You're a co-host here for a reason, man. I'm just putting it out there. We can let them say what I kind of, at this point today, I'm kind of up to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. I feel untouchable today, man. I've been doing so well. And, if that does change, me. You see it in me, start blocking them again. But I'm handling it well. I kind of want to see what these people are saying so I can shrug about it and set the boulder of pain at their feet and possibly help them out. Loud Mouse, good on the givers, shame on the takers, and blame are the people gifted. Blessed are the people gifted. That's awesome. I appreciate that very much there, Mouse. Country, what is going on today? Just joined. The topic's fear. We are talking about something pretty serious. I hit a dark spot last week for a while with everything going on, and I fell into a dark place in that whisper, and I wanted to admit that. And, but it's okay. We're finding the medicine here together is what's going on. We're being open and honest and communicating with love and compassion and respect for what is, Country. That's what we're doing today. Just in case there's anybody out there who's ever felt like leaving this world on their own record and doesn't have anybody they can talk to, I figured I'd open that door today just in case you're out there and you feel that way and you need to express yourself here. because I know how hard it can be when you feel that way and you have these idolizations to express it to somebody, because there's no judgment here. There's no judgment. I've been there. I was questioning my place and my purpose and very intensely last week through my struggle. And I found a way through that struggle, and I want to share that medicine. That's what we're doing here today. And country, as always, we appreciate you being here. Coffee bread anytime, little bro. Thank you, big sis. You've been there for me just as much, and I appreciate and love you. Thank you, country. How many times have I spent the weekend on your couch getting through a breakup? Damn straight there, sis. And I appreciate being able to be there. White girl magic. If white lives matter, where are all the white protests for the girl that was stabbed? I didn't hear about this girl that was stabbed. I think all lives matter. Why do we got to define it by color? I know that either way, defining it by color doesn't make sense to me. I'm about it. Black, white, brown, every variation thereof. They should all matter. We should all get together and walk hand in hand. I don't see color. That's the one thing I've never understood. Like, it's like the Rick and Morty, where the planet of snakes that kill each other over being different colored snakes. Like, that's so unimaginable. This whole planet's they're planet of snakes are killing each other because they're different colored snakes. Like, that seems insane, right? Like, it's, and like somehow I've always had this understanding from the outside in like that. Like, I feel like that. Like, what? You're gonna hate this person because of the color of their skin? You're gonna take pride in yourself more because of the color of your skin versus somebody else? Like, it's all life, man. It all matters. It's but I'm with you. And who, this girl that got stabbed there, white girl magic, that's horrible. There should be profile, make your voice heard. I think so too. We should stand up for people in general. Scott, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed and I blame you. Why? No, just you did it. It's my fault there, Krankenstein. Oh, W, there you are, big dog. Hello, Scott and chat. I myself woke up every day and wish I wasn't here, but I keep fighting. Scott W, there's something I want to say to you specifically, and I'm glad you're here, brother. And this hit me last night. I want to be specific to you in this moment, and I want you to hear me. I know that you have reasons to be where you're at, right? I know that your children and being in that area, ties you to that area, right? I get that. And I appreciate you welcoming me into your bubble. I want to tell you to come home, brother. There's a home here for you, man. You are my brother, and I'm sorry that we haven't chatted lately. I'm sorry that, things were rough when I came down and visited you for me, and I was having a rough time, but you have a home, bro. And I know that it's far away from your kids, but the first thing I think you should do is take care of yourself, man. Get on your feet. Allow someone that loves you to help you out, man. It would help me out too, man, to have someone I can trust to help me around the house. No obligation financially. Come up, relax a little bit. Let's find you a job and, or whatever you want to do, man. And you have a bed to sleep in and walls, man. And yeah, your kids won't be around the corner, and you might not be able to see them briefly for a moment when they come into the store you work at, but you could build yourself up for a little while. And then it'll be more realistic to have something to offer them, brother. This thought hit me last night, and I'm so glad that you're here, man. Because all the rest of this stuff's great, but what really matters is that I want to make sure that you understand that I'm serious about this. Come home, brother. I know, dude. I know that there's reasons to say no, but really think about it, please, man. You being out there kills me, man. You deserve better than that, And I don't know exactly what's going on in your life right now. Maybe I'm off base. Maybe you got a place. Maybe you did this. Maybe you did that. I don't fucking know. But what I do know is that my door's open, and when it hit my heart, and I wanted to make sure I said this to you. I wanted to make sure I was as clear as I possibly could be, that I would like you to come home, man. That my home is your home because we're brothers, and I want to help you, man. I know that we've only met that one time, but you've been in here a lot, and I feel like we've connected in a really deep way. And inviting someone into my home isn't something I normally do, man, but it could be our home, bro. Your own room, dude. Day one, your own room, got a bed for you. You got a place to cook, place to relax. I don't got internet at the moment, but who gives a shit, dude? You get a job at the gas station around the corner, or we could figure it out. Maybe you can help me paint some houses. I might have a house to paint here soon, brother. I just put a bid in yesterday. I mean, that'll be going away soon, but maybe we could, even if it's just coming up for a week, dude, or two. And I know you got the job, but that job will be there when you get back, bro. That job will be there when they'll hire you back, man. You got to get out of that car, brother. You gotta get out of that spot. You gotta get out of there, man. You gotta come home, dude. I don't know. I can't make you do anything, but I'm begging you, dude. Come home, bro. You got a home, man. You know. I know how it feels to be where you're at, bro. I know how it feels. Obviously, we're talking about this shit together right now, man. You know. And I just really want you to think about it seriously, because I mean it from the deepness of my heart. And I'm just getting emotional because I want to be able to say the thing that'll help you, allow me to help you, bro. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not the right thing for you to do, man. Maybe it's not, but I feel for you, bro. You deserve better than where you're at, man. And Al picked me up and gave me everything when I had nothing. That was family. And what you've been for me has been family, bro. And I don't want you to keep being where you're at. That's the truth. You know what I'm saying? That's the truth. You deserve better than where you're at. I see it in you, man. And you can have that, and you don't have to be here forever. Nothing has to be permanent. You can be here for a week. You can be here for a month. You can be here for a year, dude. You know what I'm saying? Come home, bro. I have to be here. Hey, W. We're happy to have you here. I get a little emotional and shit because I love you, W. I really want you to hear me, man. I know there's reasons for you to stick there. I know you love them babies, man. And the fact that even if you only get to see them for a split second when they come into your place of work, you know what I'm saying, that's worth you living in a car, you know what I'm saying, if that's still even where you're at, because we haven't really chatted lately, man. But I just want to make sure you really hear me, brother, Country, good morning to you, and how are everything going? Dude, I'll send you the money right now, bro. I'll send you the money right now to get up here, dude. I'll send you $100, dude. I ain't got much. I got that. You know what I'm saying? Get you home. You figure it out, man. You let me know. The door is open. You walk through it if you want, man. You pray and you figure out what it means to you, and or God got a skin tone. Yeah, dude. Does Scott have a skin? Country, good morning, and you are how everyone is this morning. We're doing good, brother. I got a little emotional there for a minute because this is, I thought about this last night and it hit me like a ton of bricks, man. It's hard to find a good brother in this world, and here we've built this community. Yeah, it might not be the biggest thing. We got Crank, we got Laura and Coffee Brat and Country. You know what I'm saying? And it's real family because it's connection over time, and I feel like the people that have been here are becoming family, and you especially, W. I feel like we're brothers, man. We're brothers, and I want to help you the way Al and the boys helped me. I want to help put a solid ground beneath your feet so you can build yourself up, so then you can have something to offer these babies, man. Because right now, brutal, honest truth, what do you got to offer, bro? You're struggling yourself out just for the chance to maybe see him, if she'll let you maybe see him sometime in the future for 5 minutes. Well, if she calls you 3 days after you get here, you know what I'm saying? You can see your babies. We'll figure out a way to make that money so you go see them babies, man. But I don't know. We'll have this conversation personally, but I wanted to put it out there, and I hope it doesn't offend you that I put it out there in this avenue, but this is where we communicate mostly, man. I love you, Weimer. Keep fighting, Weimer. Thank you, Laura. Thank you for helping my brother Weimer, man. He's a great man. Stay, Jameson. Love your face, Laura. How are you? Keep fighting, or whatever I can. You keep fighting soon. Damn straight. We're going to keep fighting, brother. Just know that the door is open for you, W. James, it's really good to see you. Now we got the whole crew in today, and we can chat a little bit. Well, I've been chatting a little bit about what's going on, man. Been a dark place for a few days. James, I just want to, talk to you guys specifically, get you guys caught up, because I care about James and W and Country. If you haven't heard, I have, got back here with absolutely nothing. You guys know that. It's a dark place, dark time, no brother, no, and that too, W, man, having a brother around would mean a lot to me. I don't need to, nothing else. I ain't no expectations. But anyway, through prayer and through acceptance and through accepting Creator and accepting Al's wisdom and having this conversation here with you, I found a way out of that dark place. My buddy let me borrow his car for a few days. He's given me this opportunity to shadow with him to have a sales position with Cloud 10 Communications, which I think could be a beautiful thing. Once I got over this anxiety of not being enough and being fearful of letting him down, because that was another thing, open and honest communication that I went through recently with him, and I'm letting that go. And now that I've let it go, I can feel good, man. The other funny thing, W and James, that I think you guys will find great, these are the flyers right here, right? We made these flyers for the new painting company, little piece of candy in there in a baggie, right? Fucking 1,000 of them. That was the marketing strategy. Threw them in driveways. The first 500, me and Randy, and then the second 450, I went and walked to each door over the course of the last 3 days. Once I hit the ground and was going to push to get this painting company off the ground, the number's wrong on the flyer, bro. The number's wrong. So yeah, that's been part of the incident. But here's the thing, man. It was a blessing because I got to talk to this woman, her number in Maryland or whatever she's at. She's a blessed, beautiful human being, and she's going to direct the numbers to me. It all just screams that you got to do the next right thing, man, because I could have gave up with this bullshit, but I didn't. And I appreciate you. James, it's good to have you in today, brother. I just wanted to make sure I chatted and caught you up a bit. Way strong. W, stay strong. The struggle is real. Damn straight, country. We got your back. Scott, we always have two homes. Thank you, Crank. You always have two homes too, brother, with me and with you. And I know it's the same thing with me and with you. I appreciate that, Scott. I guess we truly are never homeless, I guess. Home is where the heart is. Damn straight, W. You have a home, brother. My house. Here's the thing. I have a house, right? I have this place I live in right now. It's not a home. Brother, if you came up and decided to stay with me for a while without expectation, man, it would be home as soon as you walk through that door, right? Because there'd be family there. And that would help me a lot, and that's on my end too, not about just helping you, bro. Like, it would help me, in a lot of ways. Haven't seen my kids in months. The baby's mama put even against it. That's what I'm saying, bro. And being there and in that parking lot. Here's the thing. When we're in pain, like we do these subconscious things to torture ourselves, man. I don't mean to point you out, W, but this is part of the conversation that I do to myself, right? I'm not eating right. I'm not hydrating. I'm thinking negatively. I'm not leaving the house because I'm scared of spending the gas, and I got all these excuses and reasons, right? That's what fed into that pain last week. The solution is to stop self-sabotaging, bro. I could have, how weird it felt to take this car from Chris, a 2024, awesome freaking Kia, nice car. It felt weird, man. I wanted to say no. I wanted to be like, I got this, right? But all that's going to do is cause me to drive a bus around that's going to freaking drain my pocket, man. Me saying no to the helping hand, because I feel weird about taking help ain't gonna help nobody. It's helping Chris because he feels good about helping me. It's helping me because now I can get around. I can have coffee with you guys this morning, not worry about spending. I can afford this coffee. I can afford to send you the $100 that I would have spent I would have spent over $100 in gas last week, and I will send that money to you, bro, if that's what gets you here. You know what I'm saying? For you and for me. I'm not fucking around, man. I love you, brother. Oh, this is such a nice offer, Scott. Yeah, I appreciate you acknowledging that, country. I hope Weimer's an amazing human being, man, and I feel blessed that he's part of this community, and he's a brother through our communications here and through our personal communications. And even though when I visited him, I was having a bit of anxiety, he still accepted me and loved me, man. And we haven't talked much since then because shit's been chaotic and crazy, and I've been up and down, I think, is the big reason. But that doesn't mean that you've ever lost a bit of love in my heart. I appreciate you, Scott. My home is your home. I hope you meet you again one day soon. Brother, head home right now. Come make my house a home, brother. You know what I'm saying? Yes, home is where the heart is, man. Come make my house a home by walking through that door that God's opening for you right now. You know what I'm saying? I know that there's a lot of reasons to say no. There's a lot of reasons for me to say no on taking this car and taking Chris's help. There's a lot of reasons for me to say no about going to that meeting where I'd learn about the sales position that was offered to me, man. But walking through that door and setting down the boulder of fear has allowed me to open doors of possibilities that are absolutely amazing. And I'm telling you, brother, I got this guy calling me back today, yay or nay on this house. If he doesn't get the house, we're getting more flyers made, man. You want to help me hang out flyers? 10% on any house that sells for whatever flyer you touch, man. You touch a flyer, put it on a door. If that person calls, man, 10% of that, 6 to 10 grand, man, on a job, you get 10% of that. Let's go hand out flyers. Get your ass up here and do that, man. Help me hand out flyers for the next 2 weeks. Help me find a job. On this one today, if the guy sells, it's $4,600, man. Me and Randy, and you could help us do the job too, man. Me and Randy aren't looking for too much help, but I could pay you decent for labor. You know what I'm saying? More than McDonald's can pay you for fucking, you know what I'm saying? And you know, that's the plan. Find a couple houses to paint, bro. You could be a part of that. You could stay until the snow falls. We could do a couple houses together, and you could stack some cash, man. Tell McDonald's you're leaving today because you got a better opportunity. You'll be back in a month, man. What are they going to say? No, they're fucking McDonald's, bro. They need you. You're the best fucking employee they have there. I guarantee it, man. And I don't mean to blow up your spot. I didn't want to put your place of employment on blast and shit. But, bro, man, please just think about it. I can't crash with you, anyone, too much of a burden, I feel. Here's the thing, man. We got to drop that preconceived notion. I felt that way about the car, dude. Where would I be without Chris's car right now? I'd be sitting at that house thinking about letting myself go, man. That's where I'd be if I didn't accept Chris's help. You know, if I didn't go to the meeting to shadow him, to possibly understand my position as a sales associate with Cloud 10 Communications. You know, I had a million reasons to say no, man. And Laura, that's Chris's wife, man. That's family there too. You know, she understands. Look, you got to drop that shit. Straight up as your brother, drop that shit. Put it on the ground. Too much of a burden? Are you fucking kidding me? Like, dude, I get it. I get how that feels because I almost didn't take this car. I almost didn't use this car. And it might go back tomorrow. It might go back today. It doesn't matter. You might come up here and stay a day. You might come up here and stay a week. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you feel like it's too much of a burden, then don't take the hundo to get up here. You know what I'm saying? Hustle your ass off and get up here on your own record. You know, but I'm telling you, the door's open, and it's not just for you, man. You want to help me out? Dude, last week was hard. You know how much easier it would have been with a brother sitting there with me? How much harder it would have been to fall into that dark place if you were here with me? You know what I'm saying? I woke up in the morning, we could have coffee together, we could come up with a game plan and shit. You know what I'm saying? I could hear the truth from someone who cares about me. That's what would make my house a home, man. That's what would make my house a home. You know, we could crush that fear and that pain together. You wouldn't be a burden, man. You wouldn't be a burden. And if it makes you feel better, we come up with a safe word, man. If you become a burden at any given time, I could say, weren't you going to head home? If I ever say that phrase to you, get the fuck out of my house and leave, and we can still love each other. And then there's no resentment there. But we got to stop not accepting love in our lives because of fear, man, because we're going to be a burden, because we should be able to figure out how to do it on your own. You know, you shouldn't figure out how to do it on your own, man. I didn't get here without you. I didn't get here without Al. I didn't get here without Chris and Laura and their love, you know, and you know, I know you won't need my help forever, man, but shit, dude, we could help each other out a lot right now. A lot. You'd help me out a lot, dude. I'm not fucking with you. I'm not bullshitting, man. I need help, bro. You know, this epiphany hit me, and I'm really glad that you can be here today and we can chat. And you're not a damn straight. And thank you, Laura. Help him understand, man. Guys, send up loves, hundos, and all this stuff on the side. Help W understand he wouldn't be a burden for accepting the love that I'm trying to offer, accepting this brotherhood that I'm trying to offer him, man. With no expectations, bro. You know, you want to not be a burden? Well, get your ass up here and find a fucking job. You know what I'm saying? Or get up here and make some money in the ways that we talked about, and then give me some rent, man. Then how much of a burden you are then, man. And then now you're helping me with financially, like not only emotionally, you know, or not, dude. I don't give a shit. None of that matters to me, man. What matters to me is doing for someone I care for what people are doing for me, you know. Chris and Laura are taking care of me right now. And if I didn't accept that, if I didn't find a way to accept that, I'd be fucking SOL, and I'd be in that place right there. I'd be thinking about these things, man. Should have been me, not my brother. I don't belong here. I'm not good enough, dude. And I'm telling you, dude, in a place like begging God, please help me. Please, 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 man. Please. Begging God, you know, and it didn't happen right away. And then I'm angry, like, you know, and then it happens, and then, you know, tell me you haven't been praying for it, man. Tell me you haven't been praying to go home, dude. Tell me you haven't been praying to go home. Tell me I'm full of shit with that one, dude. You know, I think I know you well enough to know that on the outside of this hard exterior, you've been praying to go home. Well, home's waiting for you, bro. Home's waiting for me, man. This is just a place here, bro, without you. This is just a fucking place. Just like Al's house was just a place without me. If I didn't walk through that open door and accept his house as a home, you know, and I almost didn't. A lot of times I pushed away and stayed away for a while because I was a burden. I was this and that. And I lost time with my father, man. I lost time with my father out of my own fear of being a burden. And now I wish I'd have just been with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, W, it's not a burden. He's offered. You need it. Take it. Thank you, country, for your. Sometimes all we need is a hand to help you lift you up. Thank you. And that's it. It's not a handout. It's a hand up, man. Brother, you helped me, dude. Like, if I didn't have you to stop on the way down to Indiana the last time and see, I know it was rough. I know I had this anxiety and shit that last time, man. But if I didn't have you to lean on for a while, I wouldn't have been able to go through what I had to go through for that trip to be what it was, man. Like, I know that it was rough and I felt bad. Like, I wish I could have been something different. I wish I wasn't anxiety ridden when I was down there with you. You know what I'm saying? So we could have had this better time, man. But like, you know, but it all was exactly the way it needs to be. And moving forward, it will be that too. Call a vacation from your troubles. Yeah, call it a vacation from your troubles, man, without expectation. Whenever you want to go home, I'm telling you, you got faith in me. I put a bid in yesterday, brother. You know what I'm saying? We have multiple calls that came into the wrong number, but I'm calling that number today and I'm going to get those numbers and call them. There's more bids to go on. You know what I'm saying? We're going to print more flyers, man, and we're going to go out and hand them out. I could use your help, dude. I can't pay you anything for handing out the flyers. I'll feed you and give you a place to sleep for hand. I need help, dude. I'm about to we're going to order the right flyers, and I'm going to have 1,000 of these damn things I'm going to have to go hand out. You know what I'm saying? To try to generate leads, dude. You know, and I'm telling you, like 10% of leads that sell are worth it, bro. If you could hit 400 houses in a day, dude, I hit 400 houses in 3 days, man. And I got one bid I put in yesterday and multiple phone calls went to the wrong number. You know what I'm saying? So like, if I get, you know, out of those 400, if 1% hit and you get 4 bids and I'm going to sell one of them, my sales capture rate's like 75%, which is obnoxious. You know what I'm saying? Someone calls you a hot lead, they need their house painted. 75% of them, that's in the past has been my capture rate, bro. So if you can get me fucking 4 hot leads out of 400 flyers, man, and I sell one of them, dude, this one be 470, dude. Or tell me to hold on to it because you want to help out around the house, man, or whatever feels right for you. But that sounds a hell of a lot better. And then you do that a handful of times, bro, and you'll be able to, you could go back to Ohio with, you know, some G's in your pocket in a few months or whenever feels right and get an apartment, man. And then now you're in an apartment, you know, and you know, keep in touch with your boss at your job now, man, you know, or do some research to find a better one when you head back. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be permanent. I live in a car every day. Thank you for expressing yourself, man. There's a few of us in here that do live in our cars. I don't. I travel in my car. I've got a place that I would love to call home. I'm trying to make it that way. Everyday media keeps pushing. Everyday media keep pushing. Damn straight keep pushing. Thank you, W. We are brothers. Thank you, W. We're go home, no burden to where you're accepted. Yes, damn straight, W. That's what I'm saying, man. So you can't say that you'd be a burden, man, if you came up here, because you'd make my house a home. How the hell is that a burden? You're gonna turn this fucking square I live into a home, man, just through being able to have a cup of coffee with a brother in the morning, someone to go out and hand these fucking flyers out with, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, and me and my partner have already talked about it. 10% on leads that sell. You know what I'm saying? Is good, dude. We're happy to pay that, dude. If you can put these flyers, you know what I'm saying? You know, and if you don't feel comfortable with that, whatever you feel comfortable with, we can negotiate with the person I'm partnering up with. And we can make sure, you know, even if you want to do a little bit of work, and if you feel comfortable doing a little bit of work to have a place to chill for a while, man, or whatever you feel comfortable with. I don't want to beat this dead horse, man, but I want you to come home, man. I want you to help me make my house a home. You know, this hit me, and it hit me like a lightning bolt, man, the other night. And you know, it means I know it's hard to accept, man. Please at least consider accepting it. What car are you in? Oh, I'm in Messenger Chris's car, James, and that's part of what I'm talking about. We got to accept help. My friend Chris, I was sitting there. This is how the page turned for me. I was sitting there in this dark place last week thinking this shit, and I prayed to Creator to help me find a way out of it. And despite what I wanted to know in my heart, the reality was that hit me was I've got to walk through the door that a God of my understanding has opened. And that means me putting in the effort. And I didn't like to even think about that because I just want it fixed, man. I want this pain to stop. I want whatever. But what hit me was to call Chris and to go to church with him, even though I'm not a Christian, you know what I'm saying? And to spend some time with someone I care for. And then I was going to go drive the school bus around and hand out these flyers, even though it would have cost me $1 million for gas. And I was determined to do it. And as soon as I got on the ground and I was determined to do it, Chris offered to help. I wanted to say no. I wanted to be like, nah, I got this. I got the bus, whatever. It would have cost me $100 probably that day to drive as much driving as we did. It would have cost me at least $50-$60 to drive that day in the bus to drive around and hand out and it would have been impossible because how am I driving around in a bus, pulling into everybody's driveway in a freaking small bus, putting a flyer on their door? Like that would have cost me $200 that day in gas if I didn't accept it. I was about to do it though. I was about to go broke, like getting these flyers out because that's all I knew what to do, man. Do something with yourself. That feeling of uselessness will leave you. Do something with yourself and something will happen, Take the opportunity. We love you, W. Where did the people go that you were helping? Oh, goddamn. That's been a while, dude. We haven't had a good conversation. I got them out a while ago, and listen, so my buddy ended up getting arrested. He kind of abandoned his daughter at my house for the last 2 months he was there. He got really upset with her and was trying to teach her a lesson. So he abandoned her at my house, and then she's just stuck at my house freaking out, which is kind of understandable, but also I can't deal with. And she kept getting, dude, this chick was getting $5,000 a month, bro, and then she was blowing it. She gets $5,000 a month from getting hit by a bus or whatever, and every month I kept telling her you gotta have an apartment next month, and then the next month she'd get it, and within a week she'd be broke and give me $200, and I'd be like, this isn't the point. I don't even want this 200. I want you to find your own place, man. You know what I'm saying? And that became a burden because I tried to communicate with them expectations and they kept whatever, man. We can talk. We can communicate, man. I know we can. Just another day. I'm editing to TS. Thanks, man. Thanks for editing whatever you're editing. We appreciate you. So only you are in your own way. Damn straight. And I just want to say something to our brother up here. Just another day. Whatever awkward ball of pain you're trying to hand me, today's not the day, bro. Set that shit down. I'm setting it down at your feet right now. I'm not going to feel ashamed of broken and abused the way someone has made you feel. You know what I'm saying? That's not the point of this place and this space, is for me to, is for me to make you feel better by feeling the shame and abuse that you felt at some point. And I know that's what you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? We're intelligent enough here to know why you're trying to hand this weird boulder of pain just another day. Someone's hurt you. Someone's touched you. Someone's abused you in an intimate way that's made you feel worthless. I know it. Or you wouldn't be coming in here on the internet trying to hand that boulder of pain to me, you know what I'm saying, so you could feel a little bit better. You know what the real solution is, brother? Admitting who did this, who hurt you, admitting how you feel, and moving forward, facing it like the buffalo head on, brother. Do that. You know what I'm saying? Coming in here trying to make me feel weird and shit. I don't feel weird about it. You're not going to put me in the place that whoever put you in that place made you feel. You're not going to do it, man. Set that fucking boulder of pain down right now and tell the truth. Tell us the truth just another day. Who hurt you? Hold them accountable. And then maybe you can heal and you won't need to try to hurt people on the internet to feel the way that you felt in the past. Brother, please, we're here. And I'm here to listen. Let us know how we can help you. Only you are your own way. Damn straight, S. We appreciate you, Slacks. I keep slaughtering your name, but I appreciate you. Witchers. I can't read that. Coffee bread. It's so much easier to give help than it is to accept it. Damn straight, dude. Accepting help's a fucking Jesus. But I got to learn how to do that. I got to learn how to accept help, accept love, accept whatever, man. And I'm telling you, brother, come home. And I'm telling you in the same way that my father told me multiple times, man, it's time to come home, brother. I'm telling you, it's time to come home, Scotty. All this bullshit. What are you doing? What are you doing worried about all this shit, he'd say. You know what I'm saying? This roommate and this person and all these people that are treating you like shit, this lifestyle that you live in. You're telling me about it. It hurt him. It hurt him the way it hurts me to know how you're living, bro, because I love you. And it hurt him to know how I was living. And it alleviated his pain when I came home. And I'm telling you, just like he told me, come home. It's time to come home, man. That's it. Time to come home. Nothing else to talk about. No other excuses. It's time to come home, man. It's time to get on your feet. It's time to help you the way Al helped me, and you helped me, by making my house a home, brother. Can't live in fear. We all say we thought tough. Let's show weakness to our brothers. Be real. Don't think you're gonna be judged. No, it's called we get your back, and shit doesn't come easy trying to fight alone. You're damn straight. You're damn straight, Crank. Thank you, brother. Hit the nail on the head. Game over. Get up here. Damn straight, Laura. You heard her. Laura's she's the queen bee in the room right now. There, W. You heard them. You heard her. Game over. You know, unless you can give me. I'm up for a debate. There, W. You know what I'm saying? I'm up for a debate, brother. Tell me why I'm wrong. Tell me why I'm wrong. Besides, you know, you tried. You'd be a burden. We blew that one out of the water. Give me another obstacle, bro. Come home, dude. He eats a lot too. Who's he? Yes, I do eat a lot. Yeah, I ate a good steak last night that Laura and her husband cooked for me. Hey, we got to have a big B-Day party for Chris last night. That was an amazing birthday for Chris, you know, and it felt huge, even though it was the three of us, right? Sitting down, that was home. That was home to me, and that was so appreciated, Laura. That was beyond appreciated. I can't tell you how much I appreciated that sense of home, you know, and the fact that I'm here right now, you know, through accepting your guys' help, the fact that I can help another brother out there, you know, and so here's the thing, W, dude, we got that fucking lemonade stand to do, man. You know, I won't be able to drive that damn. I could probably drive the bus if I sell a couple jobs. Lemonade at the end of September at the Between Worlds Festival, man. Come up for a few weeks, help us get this business started, help us make some money. Come down with me and make some lemonade, man. We could drive down there in the bus. Me, you, and frickin' and Rob could stay in the bus for the weekend as we sell lemonade at the Art Music and Art Festival, man. No charge, no nothing. We make a bunch of money. We throw you a slice for helping us out, dude. You know, or we make no money and we all make no money and we just enjoy the weekend together. You know, that would be awesome, man. I need to figure some things out before I can do anything. I can do cold calling for you to generate some sales. Who are we going to call, brother? How are we going to know? I mean, I'm up for the conversation, man. Who are we going to call? How are we going to get phone numbers to try to generate leads, man? Do you know anything about painting houses? Do you know how to pique somebody's interest in a way to you know what I'm saying? That's a lot. I mean, if you're willing to, I mean, we could randomly call 315 numbers, 680 numbers, and ask them if they need any painting or this and that. If they say yes, you know, then small home repairs, then you can start going into it. And yeah, you can make money that way. Fuck it, dude, if that's what you want to do. I don't know how we would find these numbers, you know, and qualify these leads before you call them. It seems like you'd make 1,000 calls before you got one person, when we could just stick you in a neighborhood that 2/3 of the houses need to be painted, and you could spend an afternoon and get a couple phone calls. But I mean, I'm up for whatever, bro. Misled Utopia, good sir and brother, we love your face. Well, you got to painting by next summer. I'll come up and work for you, Scott. Crank, we love you, man. Ask AI to help you. Okay, James, that's a good idea. Ask AI to help how we could generate some phone numbers for W to make some cold calls to try to, maybe me and W, we could come up with a script and what you could say. I mean, I'm up for it, dude. But I'm telling you, the odds of you being able to come up here and make some cash, you know, through finding me some leads are a hell of a lot better if you're here, bro. And we got a game plan. You know, the season's closing on us. We got to the end of October here in Syracuse to paint exteriors of houses. But then we got interior stuff and small home repairs. But the big ticket stuff, the exterior painting, we got a very short period of time here. I've got one at 75% that I was able to put in after a couple of days of hitting the street. And we would have more leads if I didn't put the damn wrong number on the flyer. But I'm going to be able to call those leads today. And there was at least a couple calls, she said. And I know that the woman I talked to, you know, will be open to giving me those numbers that called her, because she didn't know what was going on. She was like, I was wondering why these numbers were calling me talking about Rabosin. And I was like, Radisson? And she was like, Radisson is what they were saying. That's where I was handing out the flyers. She got multiple phone calls from where I was handing out flyers. So I've got multiple numbers to call that are hot leads, man, that want bids, or they wouldn't be calling because they seen the flyer. You know, so Randy, we don't necessarily want any help. Do we necessarily need it? I mean, you know, I don't know. We don't. You know what I mean? You know, when it comes to painting the houses, we do need help generating the leads right now for sure. And when it comes to painting the houses, our concept is to help everybody eat, man. If you were here, we'd love to work you You know, if you'd rather go knock doors instead of making $100 a day for X amount of hours, whatever that may be, painting the house, if you'd rather go take the gamble and hand out flyers to maybe get that 10% on anything that sells, that's up to you, bro. I'd much, go find us the leads. We'll paint the houses, whatever. Shit, like I said, $460. And I underbid the shit out of this when I gave this dude $1,000 discount to go with us this year. So that under the pretense that, I'm giving him this discount because I want to fill the last slot. I'm just trying to get some money in, man. I'm dwindling down. I got a $300 insurance payment coming up. Rent's due. I got to eat. I got NIMO coming up. And, I got a few hundos in my pocket to cover it. I don't even know if I'd be able to cover it without Chris and Laura with the car. Today I'm able to take the day and work, and chat with you guys and work on the house because of the help that I'm allowing, dude. I wouldn't be able to be here right now. I'd have to be walking to somewhere to hand out more flyers. I'd have to be, they'd all be gone, and I'd have to be writing my name and number, and I do painting on a piece of paper and sticking it on people's doors, man, if it wasn't for Chris and Laura. Like, if it wasn't for me figuring out a way to accept the help. And yeah, dude, you got shit to figure it out. I'm not telling you to leave right now. I'm hoping that you'll leave right now, but I'm not telling you got to. Figure that shit out. What do you got to do, man? Call me. We'll figure it out together. What do you got to do, man? I don't know, brother. Maybe I'm being too pushy. I'm sorry if I am, but I miss you, man. I'd really like to help you out. Yes. And I think you're right. I think we got a solid game plan. I'll talk to AI about it. I would give a large percentage of a client if they could find me another job. So that's the 10%, right? On leads that sell to clients, to this guy, if he refers somebody and they say he referred them, or to W. Like, that was the thing too with the flyers, man. Like, me and Randy already talked about this. If someone touches this flyer and puts it on the door and that particular house sells, then that's their lead, man. That's their percentage. So all you'd have to do is write your name on the back of this flyer, stick it on the door, and when someone says, hey, I want, this is how I heard about you, you go, oh, W's on the back. There's your percentage, man. I sold the fucking house, man. And like I said, I underbid this one, dude. Like, sell one house a week and you make more than you're making at where you're at now, dude. Or not even sell one house a week. I'll sell it. Me and Randy will do it. You can help us do it if you want a couple extra bucks, But you generate that lead, man. We'll pay you, dude. And we'll pay you good, dude, And it doesn't have to just be the exteriors, but those are the big paydays, Those are the things we're focusing on right now, trying to get some in before the end of next month when the season's over. But even interiors, man. You do an entire interior could be anywhere between $2,000 and $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, depending on how big the interior is. Sets of cabinets go for like, $2,000 to $6,000, $7,000 for sets of cabinets, man. Teach you a little bit about the sales process, man. If you could sell them, dude, that would make you really valuable. Right now, all we need to do is just generate some hot leads, man. Good idea. Great ideas. I know, right? I think, thanks, man. I appreciate you, James. You've been a while. Nice to see you. It's nice to see you. Yeah, well, we're back going once again, man. We're back going once again there, MG. Did the other car go to somewhere good? It went to the junkyard. You can check out the live letting go of the Galactic Avenger a few back. It's the one that's recent that's got the picture of the Galactic Avenger on it, man. You can check out the playlist, My Car, the Galactic Avenger. You can double tap that screen, your thumbs won't fall off. It's been an up and down roller coaster, man. You can watch the beginning of this live again and see exactly how it's going. I can't go through the whole thing again. It's been an emotional this, that, and the other thing, but we're finding the solution. Yes, he's got a new car and it looks great. I got a new car. I'm borrowing a car right now. Is what I'm doing. I'm allowing someone I care for to help me out. And I'm trying to pass that favor along to someone I care for too. But I'm going to stop beating that horse, man, because I want you to do me a favor and think about it, W. We're going to talk later on this afternoon, man. We're going to chat personally together, and I'm going to do my best to try to help you, man. But I'm also going to try to rev down and understand it's your decision, man. But really, I'm being honest about all this stuff, bro. I want to help. Got you a chocolate pepper. I'm a chocolate pepper, am I? I'll take it. Chocolate pepper out there. Anyway, with that being said, I think we're going to wind down. Everybody have any quotes on fear, how they handle fear? James, how do you pull yourself out of that dark place, man? I know you felt it. I know you understand it. How do you get back to a place of positivity? Anybody out there in YouTube land who's struggling, if you have any suggestions, please let us know, man. Please help your brothers and sisters out there, the 58%, 59% of 41 people that have felt like letting go of life, who understand how we feel. It's this taboo conversation. You could be saving a life today just by expressing how you get through it. I get musical medicine, open, honest communication, by accepting the love that my friends and family have for me. My family, these people that show me compassion and appreciation over time. Laura and Chris, W, Crank, James, brother, family, real family. You guys out there in YouTube land, I never thought I'd ever make a connection like this, and I've made so many of them. It's amazing. Shar, family. So I sent a Facebook friend request to someone that I haven't spoke to in a year. That's beautiful, man. Full of and spicy. You said I'm full of shit and spicy? Thank you, Crank. Again, I love your face, Brody. I appreciate you being honest with me, man. That means a lot. That means a lot. We're going to call it another 10 minutes. Again, we're always following the rule, whether, if we get a donation and there's a timer going down, I won't leave with a timer going down. But other than that, we're going to call it in 10 minutes, 1:45, so I can get along with my day, an hour and 45. I got a lot to do today. Today's game plan is to later on the Flyers. I got to work on, dude. It's one thing after another, man. I got to figure out something with this phone. The phone's about to go off because it's, someone I love's name who lost their job, and you know what I'm saying? They're shutting it down, and I was helping them out with some things to keep the phone bill, for the phone bill being a thing, and, we were taking care of each other, and now it ain't going to work, and there's no resentments, but that's another thing that I have to do today. I have to figure out this phone thing. I got to clean my house. I invited Chris over for dinner tonight. Him and his wife. Laura's busy. She got things going on. We're going to feed her tomorrow, hopefully, but that'll give me the motivation to get the house clean and have Chris for dinner, and hopefully Chris and Laura for dinner tomorrow. I got to go get some propane. That's what I got to do for the gas. I got to go home and get one of them gas tanks and go out and get them filled. And then get some groceries, because I think I want to make pulled pork French dip sandwiches. It's been a while. We've made those back in Lives a while ago. I think that's what I want to make for dinner. I've seen a way to make blooming onions. Looked really good. Maybe I'll try that out. Crank got through by knowing at the end of the day, if I stop, I let down my kids. If I don't have them, I'll be naked beach bum in Florida. And here's the thing too, man, if you can't do it for yourself, you can't accept help for yourself, accept it for your children, accept for the people that are relying on you, man. Sometimes you got to let go of what you can do right now for these people you love, and you got to take care of you, and that's for them, so that eventually you can take care of them, man. And that percentage just keeps going up. 60% of people. Thank you for being open and honest today. Thank you for everybody who's hit that like button. Thank you for everybody who's chatted in today. James, my friend, that is a very hard answer and sounds funny, but I guess I got out and try to make a new girlfriend. Keeps me busy. Damn, James, that's why you got so many girlfriends, huh? You every time that you're feeling a little bit struggle, a little bit down, you go boost the ego with getting another girlfriend. Yeah, I mean, it might not be the most healthy way, but I'm glad it works for you, man. We're working on helping you find a way to find that validation within. But if it were, hey, here's the thing: so who am I to judge what medicine works? And as long as it's not like something that's gonna negatively impact your life, I think go for it, right? Go for it. Take that medicine, man. I'm trying to spend each day as peaceful as I can, trying to raise my energy. Damn straight there, Coffee Brat. Listening to you helps. Tribulations. Thank you, Scott. Thank you. I'm glad I could be a help for you, James. I'm glad, man. I love you, brother. And we've never met. We have never heard the sound of your voice, man. And I can say without a doubt, I love you. Dude, this is weird for me, but dude, you're family, dude. You're here, you're open, you're honest, you're part of this community, and it's great. I hope I didn't push Weimer off, man. I hope I didn't make him feel weird by going to my little tantrum about wanting to help him out, man. Country, it does sound good, right? So they got some canned pork, which is basically cooked pork that's been jarred and cooked. Shred that up a little bit, throw that on the flat top, grill up like a nice fluffy ciabatta bread with garlic butter, um, and then put some horseradish on that roll, on top of the pulled pork, on top of this pork that now becomes fried pulled pork. We're gonna melt some Swiss cheese over that. We'll put that onto the bun with the horseradish sauce. Make a little side of au jus, dippy, yummy, yummy. And then we'll take an onion and we'll chop the tip off. We'll cut it, leave the center, but we'll cut the edges in eighths so it like blooms out. Cut the center out, right? And then we egg it, batter it, egg it, batter it so it's extra crispy, and we're gonna deep fry that bitch. So we're gonna have that's the game plan for dinner tonight. Bloomin' onions and French dip sandwiches for dinner tonight is the game plan. I'm okay, good. I'm glad that I was wondering what Chris might actually like, and the bloomin' onion came across YouTube last night. Much love, Scott. Got it back to work. Go to work, brother. X. Bike blinds. How's it going? I was laid off last Thursday without notice, and that was a lot of sorrow, being I have 4 children, so I don't have time to think about anything other than start seeking new employment. Damn straight, X. I get you, man. I don't got any kids, but I came back here with nothing, almost nothing, man. In a car that gets 9 miles to the gallon, and no ability to do my backup plan, which was Spark Drive. How about that, dude? If you got a car, Spark Drive and DoorDash, and I highly recommend it. There's a Walmart next to you. There's food places next to you. Download those apps. You can go out and make a hundo today. You go out and make a hundo tomorrow and a hundo the next day, and you can still be looking for a job while you do it, man. If you want to check out the Discord in the description, X, I can send you a link that'll be like I referred you to Spark Drive, and I don't know if that helps you get in, but it would help me. I wish I could Spark Drive now, but I've been saving a lot of money. I've been focused. Now, when it comes down to it, hopefully I could borrow the car to Spark Drive if I need to make rent at the end of the month. But I think that if I could sell one job, I won't have to, and that's what I'm working on. I made some flyers. If you got a trade that you can do, man, make some flyers, bro. Dude, it's $200 for 1,000 of these. I made the flyers. We can get a hold. Reach out to Misled Utopia if you like the concept, man. For $200, he'll get you the bag. 250. $250. Get you the baggies. He'll design and make the flyers. He'll get you the candy. You know what I'm saying? Have it all delivered to your house. You put it together. You have this, right, with your business on it. What do? You plow driveways. You shovel homeless, I don't know, whatever you do, man. You put gutters up, you do roofing, like whatever you can do. You make flyers like this. I guarantee you hand out 1,000 of these. You put them, you open the screen door and shut it. You set it right next to the door. You throw it in the driveway, bro. People are going to call you, man. And, now you're your own business, man. Get a DBA and possibly get some insurance, but start off with just that for $250. If you got $250, you know what I'm saying? There's a marketing strategy for you, X. For whatever you can do. And I'm telling you, dude, I spent the last few days, I put the wrong damn number on it, man. But the number it went to is a nice, kind, compassionate lady. So I'm able to get the numbers off her that have called her. And yesterday, I was able to put the first actual bid in, which I could have put multiple bids in, but I kept falling into fear. I kept just saying, okay, call us. Oh, okay, call us. Yesterday, I almost said that. I walked away from the dude and I was like, I got to stop doing this. I'm going to ask him if I can bid it right now, even though he said he wanted it done next year. I'm going to sell this fucking thing right now. And I gave him a killer deal and then gave him $1,000 discount if he did it this year. And I coach you a little bit on sales, man. If you're not good at that kind of stuff, I don't know what else to offer, bro. If none of that sounds good, I don't know what to tell you. But the Spark Drive will keep the lights on and keep your family fed. Don't be afraid to lean into public assistance if you need to. It's there for the situation you're in. Look into unemployment if you're, for whatever reason you may have been fired if there was no reason, and if none of that works out, man, there's Spark Drive and they'll accept you. Spark Drive and DoorDash, man. You got a license, you got insurance. That's all you need, man. And I'll help walk you through that too, man. Whatever I can do. Where Chris will love the blooming onions. I'm glad. X. I landed on even hyper paying jobs and I start tomorrow. Okay. Good. Look at that. Anybody else out there listening that's struggling, take any of those pieces of advice, I guess. But X has already got shit going on. That's awesome, brother. I'm glad. See, you hit the ground running, man. Despite the adversity. I almost guarantee you it'll be for your best interest. Headed your way. Safe me some because I'll be walking. Might take me a while. Yeah, if it's a 3-hour drive, I'll see you in about 3 days, but I'll make you a sandwich there, sis. X, I am highly skilled welder, so finding a new job was easy. All right, awesome. But that's awesome that you're a welder, man. My Hawanase, Al, my father figure, was in the Iron Union. He was a welder, man. That's beautiful, dude. Thank you for sharing that. It's a good reminder of my father figure. It's a hell of a trade. I'm glad that you were able to find something. But anybody out there who might be listening to that, there's a bunch of ways to make money. Get up and get fucking moving. Stop saying no, dude. Stop being me last week in the fear of, like, I can't spend the gas, or I can't do this, or I shouldn't do that, and I'm not sure what to do, and all the blah, 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 blahs, man. Stop, dude. Do something. Now, I don't say just get up and run right now, but meditate for a little while. Make some phone calls, man. Get out there and go to church with someone you care for who's invited you to church, and then be determined to do whatever it takes for the next step. And I'm telling you, man, it'll work out. I was determined, and it's working out so much better than I expected because I was determined, man. Would it have worked out the other way? Yeah, I believe it would have, but it worked out the way the Creator wanted it to work out, man. I'm sitting in here in a nice car right now in this moment, able to have a conversation with you guys, able to spread hope and love through my experience, and that's enough, man. Laura, hey, you did tell me all that. Hey, you didn't tell me all that. Canceling my plans. Laura, you're welcome too. I just made the decision a minute ago. X, I was hired at $37 an hour. I appreciate the suggestions. Damn straight, X. That's awesome. Noel, Maxwell. Well, whatever's going on, I'm sorry that you retracted your what you had to say. Good advice. Thank you, country. Congrats, XL. Congrats, X. X, don't ever sell yourself short, period. Damn straight, X. That's good advice. Maxwell, thought on David Goggins? Dave Goggins is a goddamn machine. There's something wrong with that dude. And I'm not even saying it in a bad way. Goggins is fucking absolutely insane. You think that certain people, man, that do these amazing things, man, there's something, they don't have an off button, bro. That dude does not have he's going to run until his fucking legs break. Dude, that's insane. But look what he accomplishes, right? I'm not judging him. I'm just saying I'm not running until my legs break, dude. I'm not doing it. Life is what you make it, not to be confused with life, like to see. Oh, what movie is that from, X? Life is what you make it. What's that? He's like, I don't know. Yeah, we get it. You like to see him was naked. We understand. That was not a Chris Farley. That was the Adam Sandler movie where he's like, I know, I like is what you make it. Live is what, and he's like, we get it. You like to see was naked. Oh no, that was that was Joe Dirt. That was Joe Dirt. Joe Dirt, country. Thank you. Waterboy. I'm not sure. I could picture that phrase in both of those movies, guys. I'm gonna have to look that up. We're gonna have to verify the next time we do something. But we blew past the 145. God, Weimer, if you're there, let me know I didn't offend you, please, brother. Yeah, Joe Dirt. I'm pretty sure it's Joe Dirt. Yeah, it was Joe Dirt. Waterboy sounds the same kind of humor. But anyway, brother, let's all just take a moment and give thanks before we take off here. Let's give thanks for the struggle. Let's give thanks for the pain. Let's give thanks for all our brothers and sisters out there that were honest about their struggle today to help us find the absolution. Let's give thanks for a God of your understanding, whether you put the word Jesus on it, or whether you put Sunguat Disaye, or whether you use the word creator, or the river of life, or the universe in general, whether you follow the tradition, the teachings of Buddha, or whether you found solace in witchcraft or whatever, or paganism, whatever it is, whatever's worked for you. I'm thankful for all these avenues. I'm thankful for all these pieces of glass that shine Creator's light through into this world for me, so I can find my way. To all the wayward children out there, to everybody that feels like you're on the outside looking in, you're not alone. That's my purpose. That's my message here in this moment. You're not alone. You're loved. You're appreciated, and there's a place. And if there isn't a place anywhere else, there's a place here for you right now with me, with the Turtle Herd. All you got to do is subscribe, man. You hit that notification button, you'll let know when we have conversations. Will they all be like this? Will I always feel the way I feel right now? No. But I'll always be honest with you, and there'll always be a place for you to share what's going on with you. And I pray that Creator help you find a God of your understanding if you don't have one. I pray that you open your heart to your brothers and sisters when they invite you to church. Without expectation or resentment for what might not fit to your beliefs. I pray that you move forward and you walk softly on Mother Earth, as how Anase would say. Walk softly, speak gently, be humble. I pray that you find a way to drop your ego and allow your spiritual being to grow in ways beyond your wildest dreams, because you found a way to drop your expectations. I reach out to Creator with a humble heart, knowing that I speak because I'm seeking the truth and not because I know it. And I implore you to hold on to whatever faith you have, and know that you're not alone. And if you're out there struggling and you're feeling like letting go of life, hold on for one more minute for me, please. I wish my brother could have heard those words. I missed him by 15 minutes. Because of the decision that he made. I missed him by 15 minutes. So just hold on, man. Hold on. Hold on one more minute, one more hour, one more day, and put out there in the universe what you need, even if you don't know what you need. And a God of your understanding will put it in your path, but know that it just won't be handed to you. The doors will open, and you'll have to muster the strength, no matter how hard it is, to walk through those doors. I pray for all your loved ones that have gone on ahead. May they find peace. May you find peace in their transition, and may they be there waiting for us under that shady tree. May you find the strength to not join them too soon, and to shine the beautiful light that you bring into this world onto your brothers and sisters around you. You're loved, and you're not alone. I look forward to seeing you all again. You're right. And that's the thing, too, that is sad, right? But it's also a beautiful thing that 60% of the people that came in today were open and honest enough to say it, and they're still here. My brother's gone. I almost didn't make it. And I know there's so many of us out there holding on by a string, holding on by that last thread, praying for just enough strength to get through today. And just know you're not alone. If you could just hold on for one more minute, your brother's going to walk through that door, I walked through that door, and for a long time I felt like I was late, And if I can give that message to somebody who needs to hear it, so that another brother doesn't walk through the door and found what I found, then my brother's passing was worth something. It meant something, because it saved one of you out there. It helped you hold on for one more minute. It's good to see you, Jacob. I hope you subscribe. You hit us in an emotional moment. Go back and watch this live today if you want to learn a little bit about what's going on. We're about to call it quits here, but I feel like it's an important conversation, an important message today. And I appreciate everybody joining us. I appreciate everybody who's decided to subscribe. I appreciate everybody who's helped by throwing some hearts over there, who's stimulated the algorithm. I appreciate everybody who goes out and experiences the channel. I love the shorts. We got a lot of awesome shorts that we've created here. Motivational, adventurous, inspiring, some broken and lost and open and real. Well, we just lost you for a second. Maybe that's our cue, huh? Maybe that's our cue. Stay strong out today, out there today, my friends, my family. You're not alone. I beg you, hold on one more day. I don't know how else to say it. You're not alone, and this too is going to pass. I know it's hard to truly embrace that when you're on fire, right? It's hard to understand this, but I'm telling you, it's the truth. Your brother's gonna, your sister, your aunt, your uncle, they're gonna walk through that door. You just gotta have faith. You got to get up and get moving. Maybe you're the one that's got to make the phone call, right? Maybe we got to bite the bullet. I don't want to pick up the phone. I don't want to do this. I don't want to whatever. Stop fighting it, man. Pick up the phone, call somebody. Jacob. Okay, brother. Hey, remember, God bless you, and Jesus loves you very much, brother. God will bless you every day. And he has been, Jacob. And God, as a good father will allow you to struggle so you can grow. He'll allow you to go through what you need to go through so you can grow emotionally and spiritually. And it's not going to be comfortable. He's given me the strength to be here with you now and express myself, and he's given 62% of you out there the strength to start expressing themselves in an open, honest way. And it's a tragedy, and it's sad that you feel that way, but it's a blessing that we can start communicating openly together, and we can hold on one more minute together. If one person today isn't going to leave this world on their own record because we were able to have this conversation with them, then we're blessed. 1% better today. I love you all. Kick ass and take names. Hope to see you all again soon. Much love and respect. Thank you, W. I'm glad you're still here, brother. I'm glad you're still here. We're talking later on, man. Our conversation isn't over. I'll drop this conversation about you from now on this live, but we got to have a conversation here later on, bro. Because everything I said here today to you is the truth, man. And I wish I could offer it to everybody, but that's not how it works. You can't do that either. You can't offer what I offer you to everybody. It takes time to make the true offer and respectful offer that I made to you today, for it to be real. And Laura, we appreciate and love you. If you need anything today, I'm hanging out. I'll be around. I'm going to go home, do some cleaning. I'm going to figure out the phone situation here after a little while. I'm going to take some time and decompress and reflect on our conversation today. And thank a God of my understanding for bringing us all together. Brother, keep searching. Don't be sorry. You have no need to be sorry, man. But, I'm going to say sorry up front because I'm not going to stop trying to push you for what I think's best for you, but I can't make that decision, and I accept that. I accept that wholeheartedly, but I love you. You're my brother, man, and I'm going to keep pushing you. I hope you don't get angry with me, and like I said, whatever makes you feel safe, man. When I started this journey of accepting love, like before I started this YouTube channel, on one of my trips making my videos and shit without the YouTube channel, I got to Florida. I visited my sister for a day, who I've seen once every decade. And, I got to Florida and I started feeling lonely, and I called my sister, and she said, come home, man. And I told her, listen, it's hard for me to accept things. It's hard for me. I'm scared shitless that if I love anybody, they'll shit in my face or die. And I'm scared that I'll overstay my welcome. And I said, I'll come and I'll stay with you for a while if we can have a safe word. You just tell me, weren't you headed to California? Because that was the game plan on that trip. I was going to head to Cali, but I didn't have it in me, and it wasn't the right time, and I needed family, and I was feeling it. And, we came up with that. We come up with a safe word, bro, that if it becomes too much, I'll say it, and you don't worry about me. I'll tell you. You know what I'm saying? You overstayed your welcome, and then what do you got to lose? You go back and sit in that parking lot again, dude? You know what I'm saying? Back to the job that will take you back because you're the best employee that they got, without a doubt, without resentments. It's not going to ruin our relationship, dude. Don't let the same, overcome that fear the way that I did right before I started this channel, because if I didn't, then I wouldn't have become close like I've become close with Rob, and I wouldn't have started this channel, and I wouldn't have a brother in him. I wouldn't have a brother in you. You know what I'm saying? I had to do that. I had to face my fears and be honest about it. We're going to talk later on. You can be honest fully. I want you to reflect for a few hours on exactly why you have to say no right now, and that's fine, because I want to hear the truth, man. Between brothers, and whatever I can do to make you feel comfortable, and whatever I can accept, whatever you decide, but Weimer, I'm here for you, bro, and I'm telling you, when I let go, it was hard to go back to my sister's house last year, and I was going to go back for a few days. I ended up staying there for 4 months. We started the YouTube channel, and then, Rob helped me find a little bit of more traveling, went up to the thing and went and helped Sally, and it all was so beautiful for a short period of time, and then shit got crazy again, right? Because it's life. But we wouldn't be here right now if I didn't break that barrier feeling like a burden. If I didn't find the strength to break the barrier that, And I've realized a long time ago that I've been pushing love away for a long time because I've experienced so much abuse and so much death that it caused fear in my heart to accept love, man. I don't know where you're at, but that's my truth, and whatever your truth is, I can accept that, man. And we can work together, I promise you that. Now, I'll shut my face about that and stop beating the dead horse over this live stream. I just really want you to take some time because I really want to have a real conversation with you later, and I accept whatever decision you make. I feel on the edge. Omar, brother, we're going to stick around a little bit while for you then. I'm glad you came in, Omar, and I'm glad I'm still here. Maybe go back and watch this live because I was on the edge, last week. It's something that we're talking about. That's why we're asking this question, bro. We could chat with you a little bit. And Omar, tell us a little bit about why and how you're feeling, please, bro. Keep the conversation going for us and I'll stick around for a while. I was going to leave 10 minutes ago, but I'm glad I didn't. Okay, Jacob. Okay, brother, I got to go now, but I hope God bless, man. Yeah, God bless you too. And may God of your understanding carry you to a peaceful, beautiful place, brother. I appreciate you and your connection to JC and this great man. This savior of many human beings. I appreciate your connection and you sharing that connection with us, as you accept me for who I am and in my connection with Sunguat Desai, whatever word I feel comfortable putting on it at the moment. But Omar, yeah, I want to hear from you a little bit, Omar, before I take off. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can get notified when these streams happen, so you can be part of the conversation if you want to be. No expectations. You double tap that screen, your thumbs won't fall off. You hit that subscribe button, you're a member of the Turtle Herd, without a doubt. We're gonna stick around for a little while and make sure Omar's okay because he's a valued member of this community, and I want to hear from him. I love you, Scott Weimer. Come on up, Scott. You can hang out. yeah. Okay. Look at that. Doors are open in W. Yeah, if I start driving you nuts, you just fucking run to Chris and Laura's and tell them I'm being a jackass. They know. I can be a lot, but I'm starting to accept and love myself for what I am, man. I'm starting to drop that fear. It took a lot for me to go back to my sister's last year, But God, where would I be if I didn't openly, honestly communicate with her and then start open, honestly communicating with Rob from Misled Utopia, this man who became my brother? I wouldn't be here with you guys right now. I wouldn't have grown and healed the way that I've healed through our interaction and connection here, through through everybody who's subscribed and become a member of the Turtle Herd. All these people that have expressed themselves here. I've had multiple people tell me in the past that I've helped them not to take their lives. And that means a lot to me. I forget about that when I felt like I felt last week, man, in those dark times. But we got to remind ourselves of those things. Stop beating ourselves over the head with the negativity. Omar, I really want to hear from you, brother, before I take off, please. You don't have to say any. If you just say, hey, you're gonna hit me up on Discord, the link that's in the thing, you say that or something. Say something, man. I don't want to leave with you on the edge, brother. We love you. You're a valued member of this community. That is all fact. Thank you, James. Jacob, Jesus is the Messiah, Savior, Redemption, King of Kings, Son of God, Son of Man, Redemption. Yeah, Yahweh. Yeah. Thank you for expressing that. Thank you. Let's send some hearts and stuff over here on the side, some humdos. Let's send some stuff to signify to Omar that we want him to express himself in any way he feels comfortable. I don't feel comfortable getting off here without Omar saying something to me. Please, Omar, express yourself to us, man. Whether even just being that you're gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? And that you're gonna be okay. I know you're on the edge, man. Thank you for expressing that, but we need more. I can't let go. I'm not letting go until you express a little bit more, please, man. Thank you. I appreciate you there, Double M. I mean, I have a lot of gay boy friends, if that's what you mean. I think people's orientations aren't something that factor into what my personal orientation is not that. You'd call me cis, I suppose. As long as you can respect that, and you want to kiss me, that I'll take that as a compliment. As long as it doesn't, if it gets too graphic, then we're gonna have to, evaluate why. So please don't do that because it makes me feel uncomfortable. But I'll take that as a compliment. Slide into my DMs, huh? Can you DM me here? I don't know. You want to slide into my DMs, comment on a bunch of my shorts. Do me a favor there, Double M. Go and watch my featured long form coffee talk, and you can say whatever ludicrous shit you want on there. How's that sound? Or you just tell me what you think about it. All right, Omar, you're right. I'll drop it, Laura. I'll drop it. It is time for me to go. It's been over 2 hours now. Omar, if you're out there, I love you, man. You're a valued member of this community. Please hold on. Do me a favor and go back and watch this if you have the time. Watch from the beginning. And, whatever you would say in here in the chat, say in the comments, man, if you could, or say nothing at all. Just so you can see where I've been, man. You can see what's going on today. Because if you're on the edge, I think we've found some medicine to help us pull ourselves away from the edge here today. And I'd like to make sure that you experience that medicine. But I got to stop trying to force it. Awesome, Double M. Good for you, man. We accept you for who you are. As long as you can accept me for who I am, we can both respect each other. That's exactly what we're looking for here. You be a member of the Turtle Herd by hitting subscribe, and you can join the conversation. It does concern me that Omar came in and said he was on the edge, and I haven't heard anything from him since then. And Omar's been around for a while, and he's a shining pillar family in this community, and I am worried about him. Thank you, Double M. And I can't tell. I don't even see the pronoun thing weird. I don't want to use the wrong thing. I'm sure you're a very attractive human being. Emotionally, obviously, Double M, you're a very attractive human being for your acceptance and your openness, and your respect to appreciate who I am. And we appreciate you and accept you here. Like I said, hit that subscribe button, man, and or woman or whatever. And become a member of the Turtle Herd. Slow and steady, we weather the burden together. Please don't let people block me. Paul C., I know. And James still feels bad about that. I think, again, we're going to reiterate that. Paul C., you're absolutely amazing. You say whatever feels right. And I hope you can accept that James was in a rough place that day. People were talking smack. I know that you said something that he took as like an insult, and I know you didn't mean it that way. And we had that conversation after you got booted out of the chat. You're not going to get kicked out of here again without serious evaluation. You know what I'm saying? I don't think ever again, because you're a pillar in this community too, Paul C. You bring a lot of light to this community, and Country says, Omar, the Turtle Herd is here. We're here with you. Omar, come on, chat with us, please, brother. I'm just going to assume that you had to get off here, Omar. But I'm going to go back and look through my comments and find a comment that you made on something, and maybe try to hit you up that way. I don't know how other way to hit you up, man. I don't have much time either, brother. I mean, I have all the time in the world today. Because I'm taking the day for me, but I got to get home. I have no internet at the house, or I'd take you guys home with me, and we clean the house together. But Bun needs me, and the house needs me, and I got a dinner to make for someone who's taking care of me, and got conversations to have. Got to work on this cell phone today. Got to work on the flyers today. I actually got a lot going on today now that I think about it. Oh, drop the loitering. Yeah, I am kind of loitering here in Dunkin' Donuts parking lot. Hey, how is the signal out there in YouTube land, guys? Is it choppy at all, grainy at all? I know that we had a little loading issue. I can't tell on this side unless it gets real bad and it starts chopping up. But normally when we have really good upload speed, we were able to connect with a lot more people. And it just seems like today, especially with, but without expectations. And that's the thing about this. It's so hard to I know you guys, I misinterpret what you guys are saying. Signal is good. Okay, well, it's all good, man. It boggles my mind, man. I watch some of these. I think more of it is just how often people stimulate you stimulate it. People are going on there and he's irritating people because he's asking for money. Then he's irritating people because he's in the hotel people paid for, and he's treating them like shit. And people are talking smack to him, and he's, and there's people like that out there, and then he does it every single day, right? So the algorithm goes, it grows and grows and grows when you do it every single day, like it has for us in the past. And I'm assuming that's just what it is. I just can't be here every day, emotionally and physically, but we're just going to leave it at that, because it's not about the numbers, man. It just blows my mind. I see these people with 200-300 people in there, and I'm like, what? You're not bringing anything to the table. I'm doing my best to bring truth and honesty and really, really grow and heal and help my brothers and sisters grow and heal. And it's, at times I'm like, I figured we'd have more people in the conversation, you know. But we appreciate the point of view there. It doesn't look like Omar's going to hit back from us, and I got to take care of me, right? Ourselves, our family, our community. It's time for me to take care of myself. We did our best we could for Omar. We did our best we could for all our brothers and sisters today through open, honest communication. If you're just jumping in and you don't know what we're talking about, restart the live. If you're struggling, if you know anybody who's struggling out there, please send them this live once it becomes a long form. Go back in 988 is another one where I express in detail where I've been and what I've gone through with my brothers and my family and the things that I've lost that have brought me to where I am. 988 is about a year ago worth of live, so it's digging down deep. But if you dig down deep and you start to see, you'll see like a bunch of pictured thumbnails recently, and then you'll see a bunch of thumbnails that are the bunny face. You just keep on going until you see the AI generated thumbnails, and in that bunch of AI generated thumbnails there'll be one that'll be something about 988. That one has a lot to do about me and my journey and what brought me here, and I'd love for the people that care about me, that haven't seen that and experienced that moment, to experience that period of time so that you can understand what I'm talking about with losing my brothers and what I've been through, and hopefully help you get through whatever you're getting through. No, number one. Hey, brother, I don't know if you're married, but I pray to God will bless you with a beautiful, wonderful galley woman, and she'll be your... I appreciate that, Jacob. I could really use a good woman in my life take care of me, and I could take it so we could take care of each other. That's, here's the thing. I'm just getting to a point in my life where I think that I could have a healthy relationship. So I'm putting it out there too, that God helps me find a caring, compassionate woman, beautiful on the inside. It means more to me at this point than physical being, but I'm not going to argue with, you know what I'm saying? I am still a human being. But yeah, compassionate, caring, and loving woman would be great. And I appreciate you praying for that for me, because it would help, to have that. Self-loathing, you said you were stopping that. I'm glad. Yeah, the self-loathing, we're stopping that. There's no need for that. There's no need for it. Thank you for the reminder, Laura. But it is now in like a half hour after I said I was going to say goodbye, as I always do, because I love chatting with you guys. I love the communication and the community we're building here. And today was an especially vigorous day for me because of the topic. And I hope that we've broken through as a group to maybe some new people. We'll find out. The biggest thing for me, I really like to see when I shut this live off, is how many new subscribers we've how many new Turtle Herd members we've gathered throughout this live. And usually, with the numbers we've had today, I'm expecting 5 to 10, which would be great. 0 is fine too. No expectations, but I always like to feel that number. The higher that number is, the better I feel about what I did today. People want to be a part of this. They want to be a part of the conversation. It's not about, hitting the 100 viewers that we've had at a time on here. It's about, that one person that needed to hear what we had to say today, and then them deciding to become a member of the Turtle Herd. That's the most important thing. Also, you look like you could be a great dad, and we'll pray for that. Dude, Jacob, thank you, brother. I fear that I might be at the end of that possibility, but I would love to be a father at this point in my life. But it has to be healthy, man. It has to be with the right woman at the right time, and I haven't been healthy. I'll be honest, I haven't been healthy enough to have a healthy relationship. And who knows, man? Who knows how it'll go if I even meet an amazing woman, if I'll be healthy enough. But I think that I'm working on that so that I can be a good partner for a woman. And I can find a good woman. And I'm praying with you for the same things that you're praying for me for, brother. That's really appreciated. And let's pray for Omar for a moment. Let's send love to Omar and whatever he's going through, because usually he's one to express himself, and he's an open, honest, real person, man. Whatever Omar's going through, send love to a God of his understanding to help him through it. So God to say, please allow Omar to see his value, not only that he brings into this world, in this moment, in this chat, but the value he brings into the people's lives around him. Allow him to hold on for one more day, and allow him to find the strength to say the thing that needs to be said, and to reach out so that he can find peace in his heart. And I pray that you all find that peace in your heart today. I pray that you all find a way to let go of the pain and anguish that consumes, and you find a way to put that fire out in your heart, that candle flame that has become a forest fire that makes us believe that we don't belong in this place and we have no value. It's a lie. Creator's brother. It's the darkness. The darkness wants you to leave this world. Doesn't want you to complete your mission. You know, your mission is to spread hope, love, and acceptance. I believe that wholeheartedly, and the closer you get to completing that mission, the closer you're going to be to the darkness. I believe that as well. The more you're going to be tested. Just acknowledge that test. Know that you're not alone. Know that no matter how dark and how painful it is, that we're here for you. You know, the turtle herd loves you, man. I love you, and I can say that without hesitation. Yes, Omar, I pray to God that you, thank you so much, Jacob. James is praying as well. And with that being said, it's time to take care of me. Keep making serious threats. It's time to live up to those threats. I got cars backing up all over the damn place at the moment. But yeah, once again, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, become a member of the Turtle Herd. Look back through my the shorts. I was digging through them last night, just having a blast, laughing at some stuff, reflecting on some things. You know, a lot of them are in categories in my playlists. Bun Bun's got his own playlist. The Galactic Avenger's got its own playlist. Cool Stuff's got its own playlist. You know, free arcades in Georgia and Parthenons in Nashville, Tennessee, and you know, in natural water slides and jumping off of cliffs, and you know, and also like mental health under tools. There's some, you know, if you're struggling, there's a whole pile of shorts called Tools, and that's a lot of the mental health advice, you know, a lot of the tools that I've been given, you know, by the great men and women that have come before me. I advise you check those out if you're struggling, and just know that you're loved. Yes, Omar. Okay, brother, have a great day. Thank you, Jacob. Thank you, everybody. I'll keep running my mouth forever if I don't get off here, but just know that you're loved, man. We're gonna chat again soon when I get the time. Today I'm going to spend the rest of the day taking care of me, myself, my family, my community. I expect you to do the same. You know, and even if that means doing absolutely nothing but hydrating a little bit and washing that sweet little ass of yours, you know, that's enough for today. If you didn't do that shit yesterday, that's enough for today. We'll work on what's next tomorrow. Whatever you did yesterday, 1% better today, as the big W would say, and it's going to be all right, man, despite how much pain you're in. I promise you. We are gonna be okay despite all this pain. I promise you that. So, okay, brother, have a great day. Thank you guys so much. I'm off like a herd of turtles. I'll catch you next time.